Okay, you guys can continue. We'll do this for a couple minutes and then I'll count us down. Cannot see what? See me? And then I'm gonna introduce like the stream and introduce you guys. No, I'm not. Well, I mean, I am, but hello, everybody. Welcome to another Rabbit Hole Podcast stream. Tonight, we are going to be playing Fiasco. I am Jason Soto from RabbitHolePodcast.com. I am joined by a mishmash of fellow Rabbit Hole podcasters and some of their friends. To my left on the screen, there is the Lisa Sally Haynes person of interest. Hello, Lisa.
Hello, Jason. I'm glad I didn't wear that shirt tonight because I almost did.
We could be twinsies.
Yeah, it
We
could
could
have
be
been fun.
twinsies. I don't care. I don't care if I match with you. Whatever. I'm sure there was some point where we wore this at the same time together. But
I'm absolutely certain.
below Lisa is a newcomer. She is Aimee. Hello, Aimee. Welcome to the madness that is a Rabbit Hole podcast stream. I hope you're prepared.
Oh, I know all these people. Yeah, I'm
Okay,
okay.
excellent. Below her is her husband Scott, who's been on before. Hello, Scott.
Hello, how you
And
doing?
then to Scott's right is the imperable Nick Rehak. Hi, Nick. How are you?
I'm trying to figure out what imperable
It's a word I made up. I like to make up words because
All
Lisa
right.
gets mad at me
All
when I
right.
make up words.
I mean, he could have called you indelible, which just basically meant we can't get you off our shirt.
I mean,
I've got Rehak all over my
it
head.
Friggin'
happens.
Rehak all over again.
In between my nails.
No, I like to spice things up and keep Lisa on her toes by making up words, and then
That's
she gets
fine.
mad, and then I'm like, "You're getting mad over a made up word."
She doesn't care.
Then we have next to Lackey in the exact same room, we have Mike. Hi, Mike. Welcome again to the madness that is a Rabbit Hole podcast stream. Hope you enjoy your time here.
Looking forward.
And of course, I saved Lackey for last because he is going to be running the Fiasco game that we are presenting to you tonight. So, hello, Lackey. How are you, sir?
I am doing very well, which is more than I can say for any of your characters by the end of the
Dun dun dun.
If I had it, actually, no, I have to do it.
Yes, twirl it. By all means, twirl it. Before I hand over everything to Lackey to start, I want to just do a quick couple of shout outs here. If you are watching this right now live on Twitch, I am not going to be participating. I am just running the stream. I will, however, be in chat. So if anyone wants to have any questions or to say something, I will be the one interacting in the chat. And then if you are not watching this on Twitch, but you are watching this on YouTube, you should come to Twitch, twitch.tv/Rabbit Hole Pods. When we go live with stupid, silly stuff like this, you get to join us right when it's happening, and you can make fun of me for my Blockbuster shirt and anything else and words that I make up on the fly and other things like that. And finally, the last little plug I'm going to do is just go to rabbitholepodcast.com. It is the best website on the face of the planet. I have spent 2 years honing and crafting that website for the masses, and so I want you all to enjoy it. So please, rabbitholepodcast.com. All right, you didn't come to hear me. You just all want to dance. Lackey, you are in control, sir. I hand things off to you.
So, tonight we are going to be playing Fiasco. We are going to be playing specifically Fiasco Classic, which is a game published by Bully Pulpit Games, designed by Jason Morningstar, and it is described by the company as a game of powerful ambition and poor impulse control. They basically say on the copy on the back of the book, it's like making your own Coen Brothers movie in about the same amount of time it'd take to watch one. What we're going to do is we're going to improvise a story. We're going to roll a bunch of dice, create some characters, and build a web of relationships and objects and locations and needs. And this will give us a scenario which will hopefully go completely to hell in the most entertaining way possible. So it's going to be a lot of fun. We've done this a couple months ago. We've done this a couple months ago and earlier on in the year, and it is a blast. So it is my honor to introduce this game to you. Now, this is what we're going to do. First thing we're going to do is we're going to create our characters. Like I said, I'm going to roll some dice. We're going to use those dice to create our characters and the links between them and the things that are important, people, places, and things that are important to our characters. Then we're going to tell a story in 2 acts. We're going to have a plot twist in the middle. We're going to determine some plot twists, and yeah. So in Fiasco parlance, the scenario that we run through is called a play set, and I need to share my screen, don't I?
That would help. Yes, that would absolutely help.
Well, I figure out how to use my own computer that I've owned for several years. Let me that one out and just kind
press
of
the buttons, Dan.
myself
Mm-hmm.
as I do this. So hold on one moment. This is the play grid that we're going to be using, and the play set we're going to be using tonight I can't get to because there is a bar from Zoom in the way. So how do I do this? Oh, now you move, stupid piece of crap. All right. So
The entire Act 1 of the Fiasco was Lackey arguing with his
My computer's a fiasco.
and the plot twist is I still do not know what the hell I'm doing. All right. So
Plot twist is that it's an AI.
yeah, the twist is it's an AI. I asked the AI to generate a play set that came up with. So this is it's going to be called Business Casual, and it basically uses influences like Office Space, both versions of the Office TV show, the IT Crowd, and a couple of other things I've never heard of called Cedar Rapids and Extract as inspiration. This is going to take place in an office. The characters will be office workers. They will have office relationships, and they will have office needs, locations, and objects. So what I'm going to do, first of all, is I'm going to go to, and of course I closed that out. So give me one moment while I open my Discord channel and generate some random numbers.
Okay.
And Sasha says hi.
We have a cat that says hi.
Sasha.
Everybody say hi.
Hi,
to
Sasha.
Hi, Sasha.
Hi, Sasha.
How you doing, Sasha?
All right. So
Hope she heard all of that.
Dice Maiden.
random numbers here. And we'll go back to the play grid and put them in the list. All right. So let's go back to the play. Let's go back to the play set for a second. There are 4 categories. What we're going to do is we're going to kind of create characters based on 4 categories: relationships, needs, locations, and objects. Looking at the play grid, you'll see that everybody, there's a kind of like a virtual cell for each player that's playing. These are the characters that we're creating, and we're going to use the numbers. What we will see looking back at the play set is that each category has 6 elements that are numbered 1 through 6, and that each element has a detail that's also 1 through 6. So let's say I'm on the play grid here. I'm right here. Every character needs to have 2 relationships with the adjoining players. Now is a good time to determine the order of play. Nick, how big was the town you grew up in?
Well, I grew up in Baltimore, so medium size. I'd say medium size.
And I don't remember, Lisa, how big was the town you grew up in?
About 80,000 people.
80,000 people. Mike, I think you're going first because you grew up in Oswego. So Nick grew up in Baltimore. Lisa's hometown was larger than Scott and I's shared hometown, and I know that, like I said, Nick's from Baltimore and Jason's not playing, so why am I even including him? So Mike is going to go first, And then I'm just going to put people in dependent on where they are in my things. So we're going to have Lisa, Nick is next. Then Lisa, Aimee, and Scott. All right. So everybody needs to have two relationships. One with each of the people that's next to them on the play grid. Like Mike needs relationships with Scott and Nick. Lisa needs relationships with Nick and Aimee, and so forth. Relationships are usually the first things to be done because, like I said, they're required. So just to kind of demonstrate, if I'm Mike's position, I'm looking at the play set. I can define my relationship with Scott or my relationship with Nick, and I decide I want to have a suits relationship with Nick, with Scott. Scott and I are both suits. So I would put, I would take a, this is going to get really annoying having this Zoom thing. I'm going to do this. And of course it goes away again. I'm going to go and put suits in here. And then later on, and I'm sorry, I forgot the most important thing, which is our dice list here. Each element or detail that we give to something needs to have. It's going to come off a list on this number on this number list. So if I'm giving a suit relationship to my relationship with Scott, then I take the one off that list. So does that make sense? I know I probably explained it a little bit kind of haphazardly, but on the other hand, we have had several people who I think mainly I kind of want to make sure that Nick isn't completely lost.
I'm not completely lost. No, I watched the last one, bits and pieces of it, and I'm like, I'm okay.
Okay. All right. So we're going to start off with, like I said, usually relationships are the things it's best to define all the relationships first because, like I said, they're needed. They're required. So, Mike, you are going first. You can define your relationship with Scott or Nick. We have multiples of every number except we have a single one. What kind of relationship, who do you want to have a relationship, who do you want to define the relationship with, and what kind of relationship would you want? We've got all 6 on the table: suits, co-workers, romance, support, friends, and family.
Let's go support.
And with Scott or Nick?
Nick.
Okay. So we're going to set up a support with Nick.
One last thing that I think you forgot to mention, Dan, is that when we're done using these dice, when we get down to the last one, that last one is wild.
The last one's wild. Yeah, the last one is any number. All right, so Nick, you can choose a detail, a support detail for your support relationship with Mike, or you can choose an element for your relationship with Lisa.
Let's go detail.
Details. Okay. So like I said, we've got one of every number out there. We've only got a single one. Your choices for support with Mike are security and about to be laid off employee, custodial staff and late night worker, frustrated user and tech support, human resources and new hire, warehouse and suit, and consultant and employee. Which one do you want to take?
I want to go with warehouse and suit.
Warehouse and suit. Okay. That's a 5. We'll take the 5 out. We've got a lot of 5s. That's warehouse and suit. All right, Lisa. We've got your relationship with Aimee and your relationship with Nick. Which do you want to define?
Let's do the relationship with Nick.
Okay.
I'm like the belle of the ball right now.
Again, it's suits, coworkers, romance, support, friends, and family.
Can you scroll back up, please?
Suits, coworkers, and romance.
Coworkers, please.
Coworkers. That's a 2, right? 2. So we'll take a 2 off there. All right. Aimee, you can define your relationship with Scott or Lisa.
Well, why don't we keep going the way we have been, then I'll define it with Lisa then.
Okay. You have the same options Lisa had. Suits,
Yes. Coworkers.
romance, support, friends, and family.
Let's do family. I'm that weird cousin you didn't know you had.
Works for me.
All right. Scott, you can define your relationship with Aimee or your relationship with Mike.
Okay. I guess let's do, since we've been doing it in this round robin manner, let's do Aimee, I guess.
All right. You got the same options that everybody else has had so far.
Okay.
Coworkers, romance, support, friends, and family.
Let's do support.
All right. Taking another 4 off there.
How many 4s do we have left?
We have 1 4 left.
Okay.
All right, Mike. You can define your relationship with Scott, or you can add a detail to somebody else's relationship.
Let me see the. Yeah, I'm gonna define the relationship with between Aimee and Lisa.
All right.
The boss and idiot progeny.
Let's go. Not an option?
Oh, yeah, no, it's an option.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a 3.
Sweet.
Is that boss an idiot prodigy?
Yep.
All right, Nick, you can define your relationship with Lisa, or you can give a detail to your relationship with Lisa, or you can give a detail to somebody else's relationship.
I'll give a detail to somebody else's relationship.
Whose relationship?
Let's do Scott and Aimee.
Scott and Aimee. Okay, they have a support relationship. So your options are security and about to be laid off employee, custodial staff and late night worker, frustrated user and tech support, human resource and new hire. I would suggest we not reuse warehouse and suit, and consultant and employee.
Let's do frustrated user and tech support.
All right, and that is, which one is that? That's Scott and Aimee, right?
Yes.
Yep.
That is also a 3. All right, we've got 1 3 left. Lisa, you can define your relationship with Nick, or you can define Scott's relationship with Mike.
Let's get Scott and Mike.
All right. They have, oh, Jesus. I didn't put down their relationship type. Yeah, we never did their relationship. So what kind of relationship do they have?
And I've got every option, right?
And you've got all 6 options, yeah. Suits, coworkers, romance, support, friends, family.
Let's go romance. We haven't done that yet.
You're having a romance with Scott. We are out of threes now.
It's like college all over again, Scott.
That was
Hey, what
called a
happens in
bromance,
college
dude.
stays at college.
It could be a bromance. Why not?
All right. Aimee, you can add a detail to Nick's relationship with Lisa, or you can add a detail to Scott's relationship with Mike.
Hold on a second. I'm actually going to do the one between Scott and Mike.
Okay. Threes are off the board, so their romance relationship. Drunken makeout at the holiday party, sleeping with the boss, lusting for the hot new temp, coffee shop barista and favorite customer, and maintenance guy and suspiciously clumsy employee.
Oh, it's got to be the
Nobody. Oh, that's right. That one's off the table. Never mind.
Yeah, the maintenance guy and suspiciously clumsy employee.
Suspiciously clumsy.
All right. Scott, you can give a detail to Nick and Lisa's relationship, or you can start with the needs, objects, and locations.
Let's take a look at needs.
Our needs are to get even, to get your slice of the pie, to get it done,
Get her done.
to get away, to get love, or to get respect.
Let's do.
Oh, we can't
to
do to
get,
get it done.
yeah, let's do to get respect.
To get respect. Okay, that's a 6. So Scott needs respect. Mike, it is your turn. Do you want to give a detail to Nick's relationship with Lisa, or do you want a need, location, or object?
Let's go with the object. What the objects are.
Your objects are odd, illicit, enraging, dangerous, and trouble.
Those are all objects?
Those are all objects, yeah.
Dangerous.
Dangerous. We have a dangerous object on the board here. Nick, would you like to give a detail to your relationship with Lisa, or would you like a need, location, or object?
Let's go object.
Okay. You have the same options that Mike had: odd, illicit, enraging, dangerous, and trouble.
Let's go illicit. Let's get them 2s out of here.
Yeah, we are out of 2s.
Get them out of here.
Get them out. Fuck those 2s. All right, Lisa. Would you like to give a detail to your relationship with Nick, or would you like a need or a location?
Ooh. I was gonna go need, and then you offered me location. Let's go location.
Locations. Our locations are, we have 1, 4, 5, 6. Our locations are uncomfortable, on break, trapped, or that famous Weird Al album, Mandatory Fun.
On break, please.
On break, okay. We are out of 4s. We have a 1 and we have a bunch of 5s. Oh, we have a bunch of 5s and 2 6s. So you said on break.
Yes, please.
Okay, Aimee, you can give a detail to Nick's and Lisa's relationships, or you can take a need or a location.
Can I take a location?
Sure. Your options are uncomfortable, trapped, and mandatory fun.
Let's do mandatory fun.
All right, Scott, would you like to give a detail to Nick and Lisa's relationship, define your own need to get respect, or give a detail to somebody else's?
Let's get Nick and Lisa defined, I think.
Okay.
I really thought we were going to be the last thing. Like we would just be whatever came up.
Yeah.
They're co-workers, they're cubicle neighbors, office scapegoat and the one really to blame, and prima donna and office wise guy.
Oh my God, this writes itself, Rehak.
Okay, prima donna and
Let's
office
go!
wise guy.
I think we would get in so much trouble if we were truly cubicle
Oh my
neighbors.
God. It'd be amazing.
It would not be good.
I broke everything. Prima donna and what? Prima donna and office wise.
Office wise guy.
And of course, by wise guy, I mean mobster.
I thought of that too, actually.
Would you like to give a detail to your dangerous object or define somebody else's thing? We have 1 1 and a bunch of 5s.
Let me look at the dangerous object and the illicit objects.
Your dangerous object is a metal shiv made from a hanging file folder rod or a stapler. Your illicit objects are a bottle of whiskey in a desk drawer or a box that fell off the truck.
Which works out for a wise
There's
guy.
the wise guy.
There's your connection.
Okay, is that's going to be the illicit one?
Yeah, it's underneath.
So
It's under Nick. There you go.
This is actually becoming more and more like my actual job, too.
It's not going to be much acting here.
Nick, your illicit object has been defined. Do you want to define as a detail? Do you want to give a detail to somebody else's thing?
Let's go for Scott. Let's go for Scott's detail.
Scott needs to get respect. Does he need to get respect for?
No respect.
Does he need to get respect from corporate by laying off half his staff, or from somebody special by lying?
We got to go from someone special by lying.
Yeah.
I mean, we got to make it complex.
Lisa, would you like to give a detail to your on-break location, Lisa's mandatory fun, or Mike's dangerous object?
I'd like to pick my location.
All right, your options are...
You went too far.
Yeah. This is,
We're used to that with Dan.
Yeah, well, wait, Dan usually goes too far. Coffee shop on the corner, handicap stall in the restroom.
Oh dear Lord. I think I'm gonna try and hold this somewhat together and go with the coffee shop on
What's
the
the
corner.
fun in that?
Coward.
I know. I'm gonna own it.
All right. Aimee, do you want to define your mandatory fun location or Mike's dangerous object?
I'm going to be doing commentary.
The mandatory
They can't
fun,
hear me on the
please.
Zoom call,
Okay.
but you guys can.
That's a project management training seminar. Are you good with that?
Oof.
Oh yeah, that actually works fine.
All right, that leaves Mike's dangerous object to be defined. Scott, that since the die is wild, all options are on the table. So let's go to dangerous object. Stapler,
Gotta be
fresh
stapler.
pot of coffee, passive aggressive note with grammar corrected.
Oh,
Sticky note reading password 123 ABC.
that's my password.
Metal shiv made from a hanging file folder rod, and a collection of rare earth
Holy
magnets.
shit, these options.
I think I'm going to go with the passive aggressive note with the grammar corrected.
That's awesome. I like it. I would have went for the stapler.
All right, so we now have our
Right.
web of people, places, and things.
I was torn between the shiv and the stapler.
So,
I would have went with the stapler.
Mike and Nick, who's the warehouse and who's the warehouse guy and who's the suit?
I mean, I feel like I should be the warehouse guy if I got the box that fell off the truck.
Do you want to be a suspiciously clumsy suit, Mike?
Yeah, I'll be the suspiciously clumsy suit.
All right. Nick and Lisa, that probably means that Nick might be the office wise guy, but that's up to you guys.
I'm
That
not the
works
one
for
I'll break
me.
at a coffee shop. So
I mean, it's okay for me. I'll take the prima donna.
Okay.
I've worked with warehouse people, though, that are prima donnas, though, just to be clear.
we can be.
I can do it.
They can be.
All right. Aimee and Lisa, which one of you is the boss and which one of you is the idiot progeny?
Well, Lisa's got to be the boss.
We could go either or with
I mean,
that.
can we?
I mean, I feel like the prima donna is going to be the progeny because she's going to feel like she's got more clout than she actually
No, that's
does.
fair. Like it's all right.
I'm okay with being the boss. That ties in with Scott, so I'm good with
Okay.
that.
That means, Scott, Amy's probably the frustrated user in your tech support.
Okay. Sounds good.
And also, you're a maintenance guy that does tech support.
I do
hats.
server
This
maintenance.
is
Yeah, there you go. Server maintenance.
Nailing it. Look at us.
All right.
Huh? Nailing it.
The final thing to do is to give our characters names.
Oh boy, this could be fun.
What's your name?
Michael Scarn. Which is office.
Yep.
If you know the office, you know that's one of Michael Scott's aliases.
Anybody else got a name for their creation?
I got it.
Michael Scott has moved here and he's not letting anyone know.
What's
This
that?
is what happens after he leaves the show.
Was that Lisa who said she had a character name?
Yes.
What's your name, Lisa?
Tilly, Tilly, Bella Gamba.
Oh God.
Means beautiful legs.
All right. Nick, Scott, Aimee got names?
All right, Lisa.
Yeah. I can. I
Lisa
have
with the
Margaret,
Italian.
and I'll choose the same last name as Lisa, so you can see how we're related.
With our hot legs.
Well, I do actually have very hot
Oh,
legs,
I
but
know.
Scott and Nick got character names?
This ought to be good. Scott's pretty good at the names.
Yes, I will be Stanley
No.
Durkowski.
seriously,
Okay.
Durkowski.
we'll hold your hold.
I like it.
Nick?
I'll keep it really simple. We'll just go as Rick Rehak.
All right. Mike, can I have one of that, please?
That works.
Yeah, the tea you brought. Oh, I didn't expect you to go up and get it for me. Wow. I got
Is he
Mike
gonna
do
turn
it
into
for
Pickle
me.
Rick? I guess that's the question.
That's up for me all day.
Fair enough. All right. So, here's how we play. We're going to do Act 1. Act 1, We're going to go around the table twice. We're going to have a 5-minute. Scott, does that seem a 5-minute time limit? Does that seem reasonable?
I think that's a good idea,
Okay.
especially with 5
Agreed.
people.
We will have a 5-minute time limit on scenes. When 5 minutes are up, I'll have my little timer.
Yeah.
My little minions will start yelling. You have 2 options. We're going to tell a story in a scene. It has to involve the characters, and it has to involve the story. Ultimately, involves the need, the objects, and the locations that we've decided upon.
The need.
We're going to go around twice. We're going to do 5-minute scenes. Each time, you have whoever's up has the option to either establish a scene, which means they'll come up with the scene details and tell the story, or they will resolve. That means the rest of you will come up with the scene details, and the current player will act through them. You can bring the other players, even if it's not your scene. You're able to bring your characters in or play NPCs as needed.
I always forget about that.
At the end of the 5 minutes, if you've established the scene, then the rest of the table will decide whether you get a black die or a white die. If you've resolved the scene, you will decide whether you want a white die or a black die. You will then give that die to
I have a
another
black die and a
player,
white die.
the player
Look
of
at
your
that.
choice. So Mike's up first. Mike decides he wants to establish. He creates the scene. At the end of it, everybody decides whether he gets a white die or a black die. He then decides to give that die to, say, Scott. White dice and black dice. A white die indicates that the scene has a positive outcome, and a black die indicates that the scene has a negative outcome.
Yep.
So there are 10 white dice and 10 black dice. Don't worry too much about them at this point. Your scene content and conflict resolution. This isn't like D&D or another role-playing game where you roll dice to see how things turn out. This is all conflicts are going to be resolved by basically through improv. So does anybody have any questions before we start?
No.
All right. Mike, you are starting.
No.
Would you like to establish your resolve?
I'll establish.
Okay. It is Mike's scene.
All right. Well, Rick is in the warehouse of looking at his clipboard and looking at the stacks of pallets when the door to the warehouse from the stairs leading up towards the office slams open, and Michael Scarn comes storming in holding a box. Doesn't look happy. Looks at Rick and says, "Hey, idiot!"
Me?
You're Rick, aren't you?
I mean, yes. Yes, I am, Michael.
Hey, you don't even know your own name. Here! This box fell off one of your trucks.
It does look like it. Yeah, I see a little bit of scrapes, a little bit of scratches. Not great.
You know what it did? The truck was going around the corner by the coffee shop over there. The box landed on a tray of cappuccinos, went flying through the air. They all landed on Tilly, and she got some serious, mildly serious burns. And I don't know how to tell you this, but she's gonna make it. But she's really pissed off.
And
Be surprised when she comes down looking for you because you didn't strap that down right. So get your stuff together.
get myself together to
Can't hear you.
leave and go home for the day, or get my stuff together to?
Nick, we can't hear you.
You can't hear me at all?
Hold on, Mike.
I can hear him clear as day.
I can hear him.
Yeah.
Me too. Yeah.
Oh,
Ruh-roh.
weird technical issues. Oh, that's right. I muted it here.
I guess it doesn't help if I'm not.
No,
talking,
I'm able to
just
hear.
for
I'm able to hear
sound
Nick
purposes.
as well, so it might just be on Lackey's end.
Okay, we can hear.
Uh-oh.
We could not hear Nick on our end.
That's weird. I'm the only one. Interesting. So get my stuffing in together as in I'm going to go home early because somebody got hurt, and we should all take a moment and realize safety is valuable and important, and think about that, and then come back tomorrow, bright-eyed and
Like,
bushy-tailed,
make sure-
or
Like, check all your trucks. Make sure all the boxes are strapped down because we don't want another incident like when the last branch manager had his head cut off in a forklift accident.
Try to.
I was not in town that day, so
That's
the
why you're still working here, but you're not going to be working here much longer. If any more boxes come off the trucks, send Cappuccino flying into the air and mildly, irritatedly injure our employees. She needs a lot of aloe vera now.
I can check the stock and see if we have that in the back. I can run real quick the inventory numbers
This
and
is a
see
paper company.
if what. Well, then we'll have to go out and get some. There's room on the truck. If the box fell off the truck, there's room for that truck to pick up some aloe vera and bring it back. So it's not the end of the world.
I already asked Stanley to go by the drugstore and pick up some aloe vera for Tilly
Mm-hmm.
and some pudding cups.
Ooh, what flavors did you get?
Chocolate. Those are for me.
All right, classic. Chocolate's a good flavor, huh? See, this ain't so bad. You're getting pudding out of this? What? Why come down here all mean?
Because it's going to be an HR issue. It's going to be a workman's comp issue. It might be a Homeland Security issue. I don't know. But
Why? The Homeland Security issue intrigues me, Scott.
corporate coming here and shutting us down, doing an audit investigation, because every time that happens, the alarm bells in my head go ring, and I can't go through that again. Especially after decapitation. So please make sure all the boxes are strapped down.
I'm going to write that down, and I'm going to double check my straps. I'm going to be the best strap-on guy you've ever seen here.
You make sure that all your strap-ons are on.
I'll tighten them down. If they got buttons, I'm going to
Tighten
button
them
them
up.
twice.
Make sure they're tightened real hard and get those strap-ons correctly.
I'm going to have the hardest strap-ons. I mean, I'm going to be like Steely Dan around here. Just peg. The hardest strap-ons you've ever seen in your life. You got
I
it.
don't know who that is, but get it done.
Yep. Done and done.
All right. Here.
Thank you.
I storm back up
All right.
the stairs.
I'm going to go take these boxes of straps, and I'm going to sit on them, so I'm always ready to go. I'll use them as the chair moving forward.
All right. Is this a good place to cut the scene? Because the minions are going to start yelling at me. And they just did.
Minions are yelling.
So how do we think that scene turned out for Mike?
I think Mike wins because he's getting pudding, but he's also
Accurate.
stressed because now, I mean, we don't know
The
what's going to happen.
cholesterol's not going to be good between the stress and the pudding.
at all
Blood pressure through the roof.
high, very high.
Very high.
Might even blow his head off.
Yeah.
You have full scanners. So
Like
what
that forklift
are
accident.
we thinking? Black die for Mike?
I'm thinking so.
Yeah.
Mike, you get a black die. Who do you wish to give it to?
Oh, let's give it to Lisa because she got cappuccino all over.
Lisa, you have a
Good.
black die because you got cappuccino all over you.
I suppose.
All right. Nick, it is your turn. Would you like to establish or resolve?
Let's establish.
All right. 5 minutes going now.
Who am I establishing with?
You're establishing for yourself.
Oh, myself.
Yes, you are establishing a scene for Rick.
All right. Well, just going to hang out in this warehouse, sit on these box of straps. Ugh. Man, that sucks for Michael. Poor guy running around here trying to make things happen. And I could have swore I strapped that down like super tight, but maybe I didn't. Just a happy-go-lucky guy, old Rick, hanging out in this warehouse. I don't think I work with anybody else. I think it's just me in here, which is probably why I didn't strap that box down altogether as tight as I thought I did. But then again, if I'd have strapped the box down, maybe I didn't close the back door. I had to have closed the back door, because why would the truck leave with the door still open? Now I'm starting to wonder, there's got to be more to it than what there once was. I think I'm beginning to establish a mystery here. Who left the door open on the truck that I loaded? Maybe it was me. Maybe I did do it purposefully. Maybe I was trying to go home early. We'll never know. We will never, ever know, especially with my little warehouse cat here digging his claws into my legs. Thank you. Love you too, buddy.
You do.
Good
you do
gracious.
You do have the option to bring in other characters.
Okay, good.
Well,
because
why
here the
would we
whole
do
time
that?
I'm thinking I'm monologuing and I'm like
It's amazing.
losing my mind. You know what? Let me call Tilly to make sure everything's okay with her legs. Hey Tilly, it's Rick over at the warehouse. How are you?
I had better days, Rick.
I heard about your hot legs. Is everything
I'm
okay?
sure you did. I'm sure you heard about my legs. No, everything is not okay, Rick. Thank you for asking.
It was a whole tray of cappuccinos. Like, will you tell me what happened?
Tray. So I was in the coffee shop because I needed another venti decaf soy latte with cream and extra shots. And I just don't understand what happened. I was checking my mascara and this imbecile came walking by and spilled an entire tray all over my legs. All over, Rick. All over my legs, Rick. And I've had better days. I gotta tell you, I've had better days.
Did you go home early? Are you still at the coffee shop?
No, so the EMTs, who should have been hotter, they tried to get me to go to the hospital, and I just, no. I am too good at my job, Rick, to leave work early, so I am on my way back right now. I found a very nice maintenance man to give me a ride on the forklift, and I will be back in the office shortly.
Well, I'm glad to hear that you're okay enough to come back to work.
Sorry, Rick. I've already hung up on you.
Can't believe she hung up on me like that. And who took the forklift without saying anything? I need to look for some keys now to figure out where the forklift went. Is it the only forklift in this warehouse? Why don't I know more about this warehouse? I think I need to take a lap. And scene.
All right. How do we think that scene turned out for Nick?
Ooh, not well.
No.
Not well. He is lost,
Okay.
and Tilly's not happy with him, and a forklift is on the loose that he is unaware of.
And we all know what forklifts on the loose do.
It's
Rick
not
Rehak
great.
and Forklift
Not
on.
good.
So this sounded like Nick gets a black die.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm.
Nick, who do you want to give that black die to?
Ooh. I'll give it to Scott.
Scott, you have got a black die. Lisa, not Lisa. Yes, Lisa. Lisa, it is your turn. Tilly Bellagamba. Do you wish to establish or resolve?
I am going to establish. Yes,
Okay.
I'm going to establish. So I'm going to make another phone call.
You are making another phone call.
I'm going to call my Auntie Margaret.
I'm waiting for the phone to ring.
It's ringing. It's ringing.
It's ringing. Sorry.
It's okay.
Hello.
Auntie, Auntie, you will not believe what has happened to me. Auntie, I was at the Starbucks, Auntie. I was there to get my venti decaf soy latte with the cream and the extra shots. And this fool spilled an entire tray of cappuccinos all over my legs, Auntie. I'm having a terrible day.
But you remembered to get my soy latte, right?
Oh, of course. Oh,
Okay.
Of course,
But
Auntie.
don't you remember to
Absolutely.
do that?
Yes, I have absolutely have it here
And the
for you, Auntie.
cappuccinos, are they just totally ruined then?
Completely ruined. Not to mention my Gabbana pants. They're
Gabbana
destroyed. Destroyed, Auntie. But
What are we gonna do?
I may need to borrow the corporate card to go remedy this situation. But Auntie, I promise I am on my way back right now.
Mhm.
I am coming with your latte.
It better not be hot.
No,
It's
of
cold,
course
right?
not.
You got it out, right?
Absolutely.
Okay,
Yes.
yeah, 'cause I won't drink it if it's hot.
I know, Auntie.
Okay.
I told them. They know. So
Okay.
I'm on my way back now. The EMTs, they were not hot. They were like your drink. They were not hot.
They were cold.
They were very cold and very underwhelming. I think we need to make a call.
I'll definitely complain.
It's-
I specifically requested the hot EMTs.
I mean, how do they hire these people, Auntie? Don't they think?
I don't know. I just don't know. What are we gonna do with them?
I don't
So
know.
I'm not so sure I know where that corporate card is. So we'll have to just, send your pants out for dry cleaning. But you know what? I have a spare hair. You just run mine.
Okay.
We're about the same size, right?
I think so. I think we can make it work.
Yeah, that'll be great, right? I mean, I know they're
Yes.
not brand names, they're my last season, Versace, but
I mean,
still.
can I just stay in the back office then today? I don't want anyone to see me.
Well, we have a meeting that we have to run today, and as long as that tech guy can get everything cleared up for me, we should be good to go.
I mean, I guess I could just.
It'll be dark. No one will see anything. It'll be fine. You're just going to be running the slides. It's not going to be that big of a
I
deal.
guess you're right. I mean, I could just tell people that the stupid fool ruined my pants. I mean, they'll certainly know I didn't leave the house in last season's pants.
Yes.
Okay.
They'll know. No, I mean, and they're brown pants anyway. They won't even know.
Okay. You're so good at calming me down, Auntie.
I know.
Yes.
I know. And I really, really need that latte.
Okay, I'm coming right now, Auntie. Get
Good.
away! Stop it! Oh, this
Why did I
fool!
let them?
I'm sorry, Auntie. This fool who gave me the ride in the forklift now wants to hug me. He just.
Oh,
I'm on my way up right now, Auntie. I promise.
That's great. You do this.
Okay, I'm coming now, Auntie. Thank you.
All right, great. Thank you
okay.
so much, sweetie.
Okay, bye-bye.
And is that scene?
Yes.
How do we think the scene turned out for Lisa?
I think it went well. She got the drink, and she's getting a new pair of pants. So
And a hug.
And a hug. Success.
No, I don't want that hug.
So are we thinking white die for Lisa?
Thinking white die.
White die. Lisa, who do you want to give that white die to?
I want to give that white die to my auntie because she's helping me so much.
You have a white die.
Okay.
Aimee, it is your turn. Do you wish to establish a resolve?
I'm actually going to establish
Okay.
with Scott, actually. Right?
Go for it.
Scott. So
Yes.
I'm called Scott up. I'm calling Scott on the phone. Ring, Scott. Ring, ring. Ring, ring. Ring, ring. Answer the goddamn phone, will you?
What? What do you want? I've got a lot going on here. I'm not in a good mood. What?
I called you 5 minutes ago. You said you were going to be here 5 minutes ago.
Got aloe and pudding cups.
Yeah, I would have, but something came up 10 minutes ago.
Now, I need you to come here now. I need you to fix
I can
the
do it
slide
remotely.
protector.
I can do it
It's
remotely.
not working. It's not working again. I
I
told
understand.
you.
Have you tried turning it off and turning it on?
Yes, I did.
Okay, hold on. You see a box on the computer saying, I hereby agree to give you control to the IS department, yada, yada, yada.
I don't know. It's part of the slideshow. It doesn't say anything. It says slideshow.
It's a box.
There's
It'll
no
have a
box.
little okay. What do you mean there's no box? I just sent the request. Here, I'm doing it again.
There is no box on this computer.
Look, I'm not.
No, I need you to come down here. You need to come here and fix it now.
Right now, you're
Nope,
gonna have to
I need
wait.
you to come and fix it right now.
No,
Now.
listen to me. Listen.
I am listening, and I'm telling you that if we don't get to run the meeting, then you don't get to stay working because we won't have a company anymore.
Oh, for Christ's sake. One meeting is not going to destroy a company.
This meeting will destroy this whole company. It's that important.
What is the meeting about?
No. It's not. You're frozen, sweetheart. No.
Someone he got ears.
Scott's
Can you hear me?
got frozen. Yeah, I can hear you now.
You're
Oh.
back now.
Yeah, you're not frozen.
Yeah, something weird's been going on with this. Okay. Well, let me put it this way. You're going to have to give me 5 minutes because I'm in the middle of resetting something and I can't leave until it's done.
Fine. 5 minutes. And I expect you here then. 5
I'll see you
minutes.
in 10.
Click.
Click.
And that's the end of my scene.
How do we think that scene turned out for Aimee?
I don't know. I think it's middle of the road.
Yeah, it's
I
very
know.
middle of the road.
I'm
She's
just
not going to get what
distracted.
she wants. I know that much.
She's getting it, but who knows when?
I will eventually.
White dye or black dye?
Let's see. Gray dye. No.
I don't have gray dye, sorry.
I'm going to still say black dye because he did say 10 minutes after I told him 5 minutes.
Right.
Does everybody agree with that?
Yeah.
All right.
Let it take my black dye, and I am actually going to give it to Mike
Mike, you have a black dye.
because he's upper management, so this is all his fault.
Scott, it is your turn. Do you wish to establish a resolve?
I'll establish. 15 minutes later, I walk into the conference, or Stanley walks into the conference room. He has, a bunch of tools in his hand, like he's looking to operate on something almost. Okay, what's going on with this thing?
And I'm going to point to the laptop, which is obviously closed and not even turned on. See, no box.
You didn't have it open.
You don't
You
need
didn't have
it
the
to run slides.
You have
All
to
you
have
do
it.
is just hit the button. See?
Jesus Christ.
The button right there, that button. Hit that button.
I hit the button and I start working on the computer, waiting for it to boot up. You know what? This is self-explanatory. You don't know how to do this. I don't know how you're running a meeting. Let me tell you something.
Well, you could run the meeting. I'll just talk. You run the slides.
I am not running your meeting for you. I've got the.
It's pertinent to you.
While he's lecturing.
You're going to have to come to the meeting anyway. It's obligatory.
I'll catch the recording of it.
No. It's obligatory for everyone. Everyone needs to be there. It's very important.
Yeah.
It's about loss prevention.
Oh, like the time I'm losing right now that I should be using to do other things? while he's
No,
saying this,
not time theft. No. Like actual theft. Theft.
while, while he's saying this, Michael walks in. And another thing, let me tell you what's been going on. I am running on zero sleep because I've been here for almost a triple shift now. I went to get my damn cup of coffee this morning and I couldn't. Do you care to guess why? Because apparently something happened where some box flew across a counter at my local coffee shop here and got burnt. It hit some cappuccino or something and burnt somebody. So I couldn't even get in because there were EMTs wheeling somebody out. I am.
Uh-huh.
No. Then I went over to the convenience store just because,
Yeah.
hey, I can't get my coffee. At least I can get my normal pudding snack. And somebody ate grabbed the last
Yeah.
2 chocolate puddings.
Oh, that's so bad. Oh gosh, I
have
really
chocolate
feel
pudding
horrible
here, but
for
it
you.
tastes really medicine-y. Like, oh, this is the aloe vera.
Michael.
Uh,
He's not
Okay.
doing the thing like he's supposed to.
Look, your thing is set up. I have it set up. You know how I did it? I opened your computer, I turned it on, I plugged in the cord that you didn't, and then I clicked on the little icon. That's how I did it. And now, as you see, it's running correctly.
Oh, look, it's running now.
yeah,
What did you do?
Yes.
It's upside down, but
Huh. Why are the slides upside down?
I hit the little arrow at the top of it and click it twice, and it rotates. There.
oh yeah, you do that.
Yeah,
Man. What do you do, Stan?
Michael, you're going to be here for the meeting, right? About loss prevention.
Oh, I thought
Wink,
this was
wink.
diversity training.
Wink, wink. Remember the loss prevention meeting? Wink, wink.
Something wrong with your eye?
Wink, wink.
Oh yeah.
Remember the
yeah,
thing we
yeah.
talked about? Okay, yeah.
I'm with you. I'm gonna take. Yeah, you, Stanley. You get this slideshow going. Great. I'll make sure the pretzel vendor comes today, and then we know how much you like pretzel day. So
Yeah. And the meeting is going to be just really awesome about loss prevention.
It's great. We're gonna celebrate loss prevention. Celebrate loss prevention. All right.
Celebrate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Prevention. How to prevent
Loss prevention.
I don't like
I gotta go
pretzels.
Google that. And I have to take this aloe vera over to Tilly and rub it all over her legs.
My guy just screams and walks out the door.
So we don't have any issues with.
Think he's going to be there for the meeting?
She said she left something about getting a ride in a forklift. I don't know.
No, I meant Stanley. Tilly's going to be at the meeting. They're bringing my coffee.
Oh, Stanley will be here because this is where the pretzels are going to be set up.
No, right? You don't think he has an idea of what we're doing, do you? He's probably going to be surprised, right? Surprised loss prevention. That was really good, right? Right?
Oh yeah. All right. Time to wrap up the scene. All right. Did anybody else have anything they wanted to do in that scene?
I'm good.
How do we think that turned out for Scott?
I think it worked well. He powered on the slides and got him running right.
And then he escaped.
Yeah, and he got out without having to go to the meeting.
Oh no, he's going to that meeting. It's mandatory. Did you not hear, Rick? It's a mandatory.
White dye or black dye for Scott?
I say
You
white.
think I go to
Yeah,
my mandatory meeting?
White dye for Scott. Scott, who do you want to give that dye to?
Oh boy, let's give that one to. I'm going to give that to Mike.
Mike, you've got
It's
a white
racking
dye.
up the dice over here.
Hold on one moment. For some reason, I think we're short on dice here, but we seem to be doing good. So at the midpoint of Act 1, I want to point out we have Mike with a white and a black die. Lisa has a black die. Aimee has a white die. Scott has a black die. Nick is sadly neglected and does not have any dice.
We'll get some.
That happens.
Yeah.
It
I'm
happens.
sure something will fall off a truck.
You never know.
All
You
right,
never know.
Mike, it is your turn. Do you wish to establish a resolve?
Yeah, let's resolve.
All right, guys, come up with a scene for Mike.
It's
The meeting. Oh,
yeah. It's time for the meeting, and
Yeah.
he's trying to put the aloe rather than just give the aloe to Tilly. He's trying to apply it for Tilly.
Oh, here, let me do this for you.
That's
And,
going to go well.
Yeah, and if you could just sign this.
Excuse me.
That's,
Excuse me.
gonna be-
No, there will be no touching.
You're right. You're right.
No, none. Get away.
You're right. Be inappropriate. We should probably get one of the guys from the warehouse. Maybe Rick could come up here and.
Could you maybe just leave it right there, and go get me a more comfortable chair to sit in, please?
Sure. Here,
Thanks.
hold on to that. And, here's some pudding.
Okay, sure. Just leave it there with the aloe, please. You can go now. You can go.
Yeah, and we'll get you one of those ergonomically correct chairs for you.
Thank you. You can go. I would like my chair. Thank you.
All right. I'll walk out.
Thank you. Goodbye.
As Rick is coming up from the warehouse, and it's like, Rick, can you help Tilly? I'll rub that aloe vera all over her legs, and here, take this chair into her, please.
Yeah, not a problem, man.
You're my guy.
Walking in to this meeting with this chair. Tilly! What's going on? I got a chair for you, and I got some hands for that lotion.
I'll take the chair.
All right.
And you can keep those hands to yourself.
If you said boss told me to come in here, so if you don't want it,
I'll take the chair.
Okay.
Could you
All right,
dust
you're
it off
lost.
for me? Could you dust it off for me?
Not a problem.
Please,
I
Rick,
go find a
thank you.
cloth out of my pocket. It's not as clean as I would want it to be, but I start wiping down the chair with this visually unappealing cloth and acting like it's totally cool.
Okay, Rick.
Yeah.
Rick. My dear friend Rick.
Mm-hmm. That's us.
Could you go away, please?
If you'd like, I'll leave.
You've done such a good job.
I appreciate
it. My Auntie Margaret is going to be so happy with the work you've done.
Thank you.
I think that they need you in the other room, please.
If that's where I got to be, it's where I got to be. You know, life of a warehouse guy, everywhere but the warehouse. You know what I mean?
Yes, thank you, Rick. Thank you. Please go into that other room.
All right, off I go to this other room.
I'll walk back in, holding the note announcing the meeting. It's like, what is this? Why? What did they do to this? They marked up this reminder note. You know, they crossed off one of the H's from all the warehouses, and they put all these marks on it. What is that? Is that a dot or something? And I handed it to Tilly. What's going on here? God, some people just can't keep their magic markers to themselves. I'll take a magic marker, do something with it. I don't know what. I got nothing.
When is this meeting supposed to start, Mike?
About 5 minutes, I think.
Okay, so is Auntie Margaret coming?
She said she was.
I really need to see Auntie Margaret, please. So if you could go get her, that would really, really help me out so much.
Sure. I take out my phone.
No, Mike, you know Auntie. She'd really prefer if you went and got her in person. You know that, Mike, don't you?
Okay, I'll just go get her in person.
Thanks, Mike.
You got it.
Oh, God.
All right. Is that scene? We got
Sure.
18 seconds.
Yes.
All right. So do we think that turned out? How do we think turned out for Mike? My hair is sticking. Turning out well for my hair. But what about Mike?
Mike.
My hair is not playing this game. White die or black die for Mike?
I think that turned out okay.
Yeah.
White
I
die.
would say white
white
die.
die.
Mike, who do you want to give that die to?
Oh, let's give it to Nick. He's been doing yeoman's
Hey.
work.
Hey.
Dusting of chairs and
Smartass.
stuff.
Nick, you get a white die.
Let's white it up.
All right. Nick, it is your turn. Do you wish to establish or do you wish to resolve?
Let's resolve.
All right. It is your guys' job to come up with a scene for Nick. I am but a casual observer.
I think Nick is going to solve the problem of what happened with that truck. So in this scene, Nick is going to discover whether or not he did leave the truck open or whether somebody else screwed up or whatever it was.
Yeah, Nick, the truck has come back to the warehouse, so better get down there and figure it out.
So I walk through the warehouse and I make my way to the bay doors and I go to check out the truck. Looking at this truck. All right, so he showed up and the door's closed. I'm looking at this latch. And the latch is fine. And then I take a look over at the bay door and I see the camera. I should check the security tapes, see what went wrong. Maybe I closed it and somehow it sprung back up or something happened in the parking lot. So I make my way to the hole-in-the-wall corner desk that Scott's character sits at for maintenance to see if we can look over the security tapes. Hey, man, are you able to pull up security footage? I don't remember who does that here. I don't remember if that's you or if that's someone else.
It's the security guard, but I can do it.
Oh, you see, that's why you're the best, man. Can you look up the footage this morning of when I was loading up the trucks? Because I don't know. I might have made a mistake, but I'm not 100% sure that I made the mistake. You know what I mean? I don't want to go pointing fingers. You know what I'm saying?
Security footage for, huh?
Yes.
This is 100% critical.
Like 110, to be honest with you. I mean, Mike is getting me to look into this, so it's like...
Okay, I got it. Hold on. This is going to take me a good 20 seconds. I could be using
that's fine, man.
Other things.
Yeah. Did you see the game last night?
I don't watch sports. Sports are completely uninteresting.
Okay. All right.
I spent last night doing what I always do, studying my collections of spores, molds, and funguses.
Right on. How was that?
Well, they just sit there. Not a lot of change, you know?
All right. Cool. Okay,
here. This up. What time here are we looking for?
I think I loaded them at like 8 o'clock this morning. About 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock? Are you sure it's 8 o'clock? Wasn't 8:01? Wasn't 7:59?
It could have been 7:57. You know how much of a plane enthusiast
This is a game of precise measurements.
Let's start at 7:55 and we'll see what happens. We'll start at 7:55 and see what happens. Maybe I was early.
At 7:56, it pops up on the screen. Here.
And there's a truck.
You see him?
And it looks like everything is strapped down, and he's tightening all the straps. And you see Nick go back inside the warehouse, but then you see before the truck pulls away, for some reason Margaret shows up on the footage and she tosses another box on top of everything.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing?
I sure am. Picture quality here is terrible.
It's not great, right? Is it? Who's this blur? It looks like a blur through another blur. Can we enhance this? Do you have the enhance button? Is there an enhance button on this?
Have you seen Blade Runner?
The new one, yeah, with Ryan Gosling.
No, the
It's
original.
really good.
No, the original.
The original Blade Runner?
Yes.
Is it like a samurai thing? I don't really
No.
watch movies a lot. It's not. I'm not a movies person.
Well, the reason I'm asking is there's a scene in there in which the main character, Rick Deckard, he's a police detective, and he's trying to enhance something on his screen.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, enhance this section. And the camera actually tabs. That's not reality. That's not how it works. This is what you get. Not the FBI.
Do you know someone that could enhance it? Like, do we
No,
know? Do we
this is
have a
it.
guy?
No, there is no guy. Everybody thinks there's a magic guy. Somebody always has a guy. There isn't always a guy.
Is there a girl then?
Sometimes the
Maybe
guy
there's a
is-
magic girl.
No. By extension, there's no girl either.
Okay.
This is the best you get. This. Right here. This blurry thing. It looks like Margaret. And it's probably Margaret. But I can't verify it's Margaret. But it sure as hell looks like Margaret.
What makes you think it looks like Margaret?
She's not on my good side either. Especially since I haven't been able to get my coffee or my pudding.
Mike's got the pudding. If you want to talk to Mike about the pudding, like he's your guy. Is there a way I can get this footage from you? Is it a tape? Is it a download? Is it a? How do we get this? I want to show it to people. We could show it at the meeting. Can you bring this to the meeting?
No, I'm not going to that meeting. I've got too much to do, and it's one of those insane things that will sit through for an hour and a half. That could have been an email. So no. Here, give me 5 seconds. I pull out a thumb drive out of a drawer, stick it in, and just transfer the file, that portion of it. Here, knock your socks off.
Thank you very much for this, man.
And bring the thumb drive back.
I will. I'll absolutely do it. Okay, bye.
County property.
All right, timer went off. Is that scene?
Yeah.
How do we think that went for Nick?
Oh, white die.
Great.
Yeah, that's
I
great
think that
for
was
Rick.
cool. We nailed it.
Rick
I don't know
Rehak
how.
is
but-
having a good day.
Nick, who do you want to give your white die to?
I got to give it to Scott for helping me out with that. Like that was aces.
Scott, Nick gives his white die to you.
That line about the quality of the video killed me.
Lisa, it is your turn. Wish to establish a resolve.
I would like to establish.
Your time begins now.
Auntie Margaret, when is this meeting going to start?
It was supposed to start 5 minutes ago.
So why
But-
haven't you started it yet?
Because the guest of honor hasn't come here yet. But, I have a thought about this. If the guest of honor isn't going to show up to the meeting, we should just bring the meeting to the guest of honor.
Well, where is he?
He's, I don't know, in that dungeon. What is it they call it? Where the big things are that run everything.
The cubicles?
No. I'm pretty sure that's where you're supposed to be sitting. No. It's got big machines in it, and they make loud noises.
The servers?
Yes, the servers,
Oh.
That's where he is. In the back, the places I don't go.
Yes,
Yes,
that's
There.
true.
So I say we take everyone there and bring the meeting to him.
Is there room in there? There's lots of really big, scary boxes in there.
Oh, well, we'll just move the boxes aside.
Okay, I
Isn't
had
that what the warehouse people do?
cups, and they were giving away free like half cups of cappuccino from the Starbucks on the corner. I don't know why, but we got those too.
Yeah. Did you remember the cake?
Yes,
The cake.
I did remember the cake.
Michael.
You got the cake, right?
Cake. This was your idea. How could you forget the cake?
I did not forget the cake. I sent Rick to get it. He's one of my most ablest employees.
Excellent. So, great. So, we're really going to do this. Okay, good. This is good.
So, Auntie, where should I go?
Okay, well, sweetheart, you're supposed to be doing the job part of the job.
Well, I thought that was a meeting.
Yes, okay, but the meeting is for the job people.
But I do the job.
Okay, well, yes, but just go to the meeting.
But where is the meeting?
I told you it's in the large room with the noisy things.
But I don't know where that is.
Well, I don't know where it is either. Do you think I like to work there?
So what should I do?
I don't know. Wander around till you find it.
Okay.
Ask. I'm sure.
But who? That's why I asked you, Auntie.
But I don't work there.
I
don't know where it is.
I guess I could
only
ask.
know where the offices are.
Do you think Rick would know?
Who is Rick?
I don't know. He's this guy who keeps trying to rub my leg, and he makes jokes. And yes, I think he works with the other boxes.
Other boxes? What other boxes?
The ones that they put on the truck.
Oh, yes. Do they have a word for that? It's like house that stores things, or
yeah, it's the kind of house. Wait, it's the kind of house that you need to stay away from when there's a full moon.
Oh, a warehouse, right?
That's the one. Yes.
Oh, people work there.
Well, this guy Rick, I think
working there.
Is it a full moon?
It might be. It just might be. It just might be.
I'm going to go to the ladies' room.
Okay.
I'll see you at the meeting in the first box room.
First box room, right?
Yes.
You'll find it.
That's what I'm going to do. Okay,
I'm
Auntie.
Sure
thank you so much. You always take such good care of me, Auntie. Thank you.
Yeah, get mwah kisses.
Thank you. Okay, bye.
Bye-bye. Honestly, why I ever bothered to help her father is beyond me.
All right. Is that scene?
Yes, I think so.
Right. How do we think that turned out for Lisa?
I think it turned out well. I think eventually she'll find where she needs to be. She's the entire time she's not having to do actual work though, which is like pretty impressive so far.
Maybe that's part of my master plan.
No paperwork to file when there's no paperwork.
Exactly.
Lisa,
we run a business here?
Who would you like to give your white die to, Lisa?
I'm gonna give my white die to my pal Rick, who's gonna help me find the other box room.
Nick, you get another white die. It is Aimee's turn. Aimee, to establish a resolve.
I am going to establish, and we can actually have everybody be there this time because it's going to be in the server room and it's going to be celebrating all of Scott's efforts to be tech support for our company, even though we have no idea what he actually does. Or at least I don't. So we'll be in the server room and we're just going to all start piling into the server room, which is actually probably a fairly small room, but still big enough for us all to fit. So we're kind of crowded in there.
I come in wearing a party hat and have a party favor in my mouth. Hey, Stanley, surprise! Here's your cake.
I have a noisemaker. Hooray!
And the cake looks like a
what kind of noisemaker is that?
Gummy bears on it. But
ooh, gummy bears.
Oh, so that's why I got this cake. Okay, this makes sense.
yeah, here's the cake.
What are you doing? Somebody spills any of this food and it gets in this stuff? No. Out.
That's why we brought pretzels.
No. You wouldn't come to the meeting, so we brought the meeting to
Let's
you.
do it in the hallway. Let's go in the hallway.
This is who the meeting is.
Calm down. Here, have a half a cup of cappuccino.
This is nicely
No,
air conditioned.
we have no cappuccino in this room. No.
Oh, I got one right here.
No, keep that away from me, Mike.
What? Oh, okay.
No. No.
Here, I'll just put it out here on top of this thing here, and
No!
oh,
Get that
Oh,
doesn't-
no.
Too
I
many
hope that wasn't
spilled
important.
cappuccinos. I have PTSD. I cannot deal with this.
Okay. Would some more aloe vera help?
I know, sweetheart, but this is about Stanley
spilled it all
today.
over the sofa.
We're
Get some
celebrating
paper
Stanley
towels.
and everything he does for us.
I'm gonna get paper towels out of the warehouse. I'll be
You're
back.
not helping. I'm helping.
And one of the servers starts sparking.
I come back with 2 paper towels. I got paper
Beating out
towels.
the
What are we doing?
flames with my
Oh my god, we have fireworks. This is so
Fire!
great.
There's a fire! Everybody for themselves!
I thought fireworks weren't supposed to be actual fire, Auntie.
I'm gonna run out into the hall and grab a fire extinguisher and start putting out
Auntie,
the
where are
fire.
you going? What is that whipped cream for the cake? Oh my gosh.
Fire!
I didn't know that was what was in
Oh
those
my
red
God.
cans. I didn't know there was whipped cream in the office.
It's
This
not
whole
whipped cream,
time.
sweetheart.
This whole time you've been hiding this from us.
Yeah, Stanley, it doesn't look like any of the computers are working out there anymore.
Yeah,
We should call tech support. I'll bet
We
they can
should.
help.
I bet. Tech
Oh,
support.
that's-
Who's
Definitely.
tech support? Who do we call for that?
Support.
You? Who
Well,
are you? I've never
support
seen you before.
Because you
Stanley.
just broke everything.
Well, yeah, it looks like you got a full day there, Stanley. We better get out of here.
We should probably let him work.
We should
I
go.
probably
right
have a
I think
delivery
we should
waiting
go.
for me.
You know what?
I'm gonna go.
We're gonna
I-
go and let you get back to whatever it was
I-
you were doing. But go get him, Stanley. We know you can do it. You're the man.
Remember what I said, Rick? Make sure those strap-ons are really hard.
I'll
I
get the
want
hardest
Starbucks
straps ever.
delivers.
this time.
The
Does
hardest.
Starbucks deliver? I'm gonna go
Nothing. I
check.
want them tight.
I
We will
just-
find out,
Which
sweetie.
is-
We definitely need Starbucks after this. Whew, that was a lot of work. And seed.
All right. How do we think that turned out for Aimee?
Great for Aimee.
My plan went out smoothly.
Question is, how do we think it turned out for Aimee?
White die,
I caused
white
a major
die.
disaster.
White die for Aimee. Aimee, who would you like to give your white die to?
You know what? I'm gonna actually have to give it to Scott because he earned it after all the disaster he has to clean up now.
All
I think
right.
Stanley's gonna go Belko on us.
I'm gonna put arsenic in the guacamole.
We're going to deserve it. I think we already deserve it.
Bloomhouse presents the house.
Stanley
Fiasco
experiment.
experiment.
Scott, it is the final scene of Act 1. Do you choose to establish a resolve?
Can't that be the final
I'm
scene of
going
Act
to-
1?
I'm going to
That's the final
establish.
scene of Act 1.
That was pretty good.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to
Scott's-
establish. So Stanley is alone, and he shuts and bolts the door after everyone's departed, and he's just wincing at the combination of sparks and fire extinguisher foam that's all over that he's kind of wading through.
Cappuccino.
Scott, I think you're frozen again.
Hey, there he goes again.
Scott, you're not on. Scott, we can't hear you. He's sitting right next to me, so I let him know.
Well, there we go.
Okay, are we back?
Yeah, you're back now, sweetheart.
Okay, cool. So Stanley basically locks the door after everybody's left and just starts wading through the fire extinguisher foam and just tries to clean up the remainder of the spilled cappuccino and is trying to, pardon me, reboot any of the computers he can and get them to come back up. And most of them are coming back up. There's a couple that he's having trouble with. But when he gets to the security systems, he brings that back up and he's trying to make sure he hasn't lost any footage. So he's kind of doing a quick rewind of the footage for the day. to make sure that it's all there.
Yes.
He does this, and he gets a little bit earlier in the day. He finds that very early in the morning, before anybody would be there, maybe
You froze again.
4 o'clock. What's going on here?
You're good, Scott.
Okay. Not sure what's going on. Sorry. But about 4 o'clock in the morning, before anybody would have gotten there, he sees Margaret on the security footage taking a box from somebody, man who's hidden in shadow. And then she gives him a box of the same relative size. Margaret walks over to the truck, sticks it on there, and walks away. Looks at this, opens the door, or opens the drawer, pardon me, grabs a USB, downloads that part of it, walks down the hall to Michael Starnes' office, knocks on the door. Michael, you in there?
Entrez-vous! That means enter you.
Pulls up the USB stick. I think we have a problem.
Yeah, that should be plugged into something.
Scene.
All right.
I love it.
How do we think this turned out
You know,
for
I was
Scott?
the villain in our last Fiasco too.
I love it.
There must be something about me.
Um,
Hey, obviously you don't know Buck Nice.
yeah.
Nice.
How do we think that scene turned out for Scott?
I think it went well.
I think he's good.
Scott, sounds like you're getting a white die. Who would you like to give your white die to?
Since Amy's being the villain, I'll give it to her.
Oh, thank you.
What, she needs
All right.
another reward?
Oh yeah,
All right. So it's
Being the villain is the reward.
that is true. Being the villain is the reward. That can't argue with
Villains
that.
are always more fun to play.
Absolutely.
This is the end of Act 1. We currently have Mike with 1 black and 1 white, Nick with 2 white, Lisa with 1 black, Aimee with 2 white, and Scott with 1 black and 2 white. So we've used a lot of white dice in the first half of the story. We've got a lot of black dice left to distribute, so things are going to get pretty dark.
Bring him.
Let me think. It is time for the tilt. So give me 1 second. Actually, can we do the tilt after the
Yeah, I was
break?
about to say, do you want to take
Yeah,
a break
I'd like
now?
to take a small break.
I would say
Yeah.
let's take a break now because I need some.
All right, everybody out there watching, thank you for watching. Hope you're enjoying. We'll be back in about 5 minutes, so everyone just sit tight.
All right.
All right, everybody, we are back. We are back for the second half of this very interesting fiasco taking place in an office setting. We got cappuccinos flying all over the place and video recordings and strap-ons. It's been the most interesting fiasco I've been a part of yet. I can now wait to see how this all plays out. And so for that, I hand things back to Lackey.
All right, it is time to do the tilt. It is time to roll some dice. I've got dice if you guys don't have dice to roll. We are going to start with Mike. I know Mike is sitting next to me, so I know that Mike doesn't have dice in front of him. But what we're going to do is we're going to basically roll. Basically, what's going to happen is that everybody's going to roll their white dice and their black dice separately. Note which one's higher, and then subtract the lower from the higher. So, Mike, I'm going to roll for Mike here. I'm going to roll one black and one white. And Mike rolls black 6 and white 2. Nick, do you happen to have dice handy?
No, I thought I did, but I do not.
All right. Nick, you have 2 white. I will roll for you.
Thank you.
You roll white 11.
Is that
Lisa, do you need me to roll for you?
No, I only have one, right?
You only have 1.
Yeah, so I can do that.
Go ahead and roll it. It's black, and tell me what it is, what you roll.
It's a 1.
It's a 1. Aimee, you have 2 white.
I got a 4 and a 2.
6. Scott, you have 2 white and a black.
Yep, my results were 4 white.
4 white. Overall, it's 4 white, is what you're saying.
Correct.
Okay.
It was a 5 and a 3 on my white and a 4 on my black.
All right. So hold on one second. So black 4, white 11, black 1, white 6, and white 4. So the person who rolled highest black and the person who rolled highest white get to determine the tilt. So I'm going to roll some dice here. And I'm going to share my screen again. Please give me 1 second while I get a new dice list. Two 6s. All right. So the person who has the highest black total, which is Mike, and the person who has the highest white total, who is Nick, are going to determine the tilt. We'll go. Do we want to go with the hard tilt or the soft tilt for this one? If nobody has a preference, I'm going to go with the soft tilt on this one.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay. What's going to happen is that I'm going to bring out the tilt table here. Mike is going to pick one category for the soft tilt, and then Nick is going to pick a detail based on the numbers we rolled. And then it's going to go in, then we're going to do it again, but in reverse. Nick's going to pick the category, Mike's going to pick the detail. So, Mike, we have 1, 2, 3. We have everything but it's 5. So our categories are quotable, violence, deception, truth, and sex.
Oh, come on, you gotta go sex, right?
All right. So we're going to take one of these 6s out, and we're going to go with sex. All right. So Nick, we're going to pick you're going to pick a detail for sex. Again, I think we're missing a 5. So our options are magical moment and soft focus. Somebody is pregnant. True love is not nice. Cue the hot stranger. and chaos, indecency, and scandal.
I got to go with Cue the Hot Stranger.
Cue the hot stranger.
There's something about it calling out to me.
All right. All right. So, Nick, it is your turn to pick a category. Your options are, I think you took the only 4. So, our options are quotable, violence, deception, and sex again.
Let's go deception.
All right, we're going to take a 3 off. All right, Mike, for deception, your options are misplaced trust, stabbed in the back, maybe literally, the secret goes public, or the mighty fall exceedingly hard.
The secret goes public.
All right.
I like it. I like it.
All right, so here's where things stand. At the beginning of Act 2, we have 2 new elements which we need to enter, which should come into play during Act 2. A hot stranger and a secret going public. Also want to make sure that everybody knows that there's a passive-aggressive note with grammar corrected that still has not come into play yet. It has?
Yeah, Mike touched on it when he first enters in the room. He's like, this note, somebody took a marker and they marked it up and they took out one of the H's. And
Oh, that. Okay, I apologize. I did not make that connection. Bad Daniel. All right, so Act 2 goes the same as Act 1, except whereas in Act 1, you gave the die away, in Act 2, you keep your die. So if Mike establishes, he makes up the scene, and everybody decides he gets a white die, he keeps that white die.
Okay.
So that is how things go in Act 2. So we'll start with Mike. Mike, do you wish to establish a resolve?
I'll establish.
And Jason, I do not have. Oh, never mind. Hold on 1 second. Okay, good. All right, so you are establishing, Mike. Okay, you go ahead.
Sitting in the office, Stanley is standing there holding the USB. He says there's a problem, and I say, yeah, that needs to be plugged into something. So what's the problem with
Plug it in. Plug it in. Find out.
Sure. And I go over to the wall outlet, and this isn't going to fit in these little holes here. Do you have an adapter of some sort, or?
No, I don't have an adapter. You know what I have? I have vanilla pudding, because I think you got the last of the chocolate pudding. But here, let me do this. I take the adapter and I put it into your computer, and I flip it on, and I start showing you the footage.
Oh, is this like YouTube?
Yes, it's exactly like YouTube.
Yeah, have you seen the one with the?
Why do I love you like this, Michael? Why do I love you? Okay. Look what's going on here. Look at the time. 4 o'clock in the morning. Why is Margaret here? Why do you think she's here at this time? Why is she getting some package and then putting it on our truck and giving this guy some other package?
Is that the box that hit the cappuccinos? That spilled
I
on
think
Tilly?
so.
Which made me have
I suspect so. At the very least, look at the truck. It wasn't, whatever this was put on wasn't strapped in The back door was left open. God knows how that happened. I don't understand how they could have pulled out without noticing that, but that's the warehouse. Ask the
Where
RDC about it.
the box?
The RDC, yeah, the distribution center.
They sent the box, but they sent the box back. I gave it to Rick when I told him that he had to make sure his strap-ons were tight. We need to get that box and see what's in it.
We need to talk about what you think you just said, actually, but we'll do that another time.
What?
Yeah. Go get Rick.
To the warehouse. Come on. Tally ho.
I'm not freaking Robin Hood. Or Robin.
Oh, you're
not
little.
going to the bath hole. I'm not tally-hoing. We're going to walk calmly down there.
Yes. Gonna play it cool. Smooth and cool.
Yeah.
So
and like Fonzie, Michael. And what's Fonzie like?
He's cool.
Exactly.
All right, let's go cool. The warehouse.
You first.
Yeah, guys, we're just Stanley and Michael. We're just gonna stroll on down to the warehouse for a bit. Hey. Walk real smooth and cool, like Date Mike. Down to the warehouse, and I just slide that open, and I strut on down the stairs. Hey, Rick! Hey!
And I just watch her go and shake my head.
Hey, man, where's the box that I brought you earlier?
Which box?
The one that fell off the truck.
I think I put it back on the shelf.
Oh, get it for me.
Yeah, you got it. I walk over, and I'm looking at the shelf, and I don't think it's the right shelf, so I go to the shelf next to it, and then I go back to the shelf I was at. Mike, so I put it on the shelf right here, and it's not here anymore, and I'm not 100% sure where it went from here.
All right, so here's
that explains why our stock checks never come up correct.
You find
that could be one of the reasons.
All right, we need to know what's in the box. What's in the box, Rick?
But you gave me the box, Michael.
Yeah, I gave you the box because it fell off the truck, and they brought it back to me, so I gave it back to you because you didn't strap it on right. Your strap-ons were not tight.
Right, they might have been a little soft this morning, but now that I'm awake and alert, they're a little more attentive. You can go check the trucks right now; those are nice and tight.
Your strap-ons have to be tight all the
tight.
time, Rick. I told you that.
They are. I'm talking.
No wiggle room here.
Tight.
No wiggle
None.
room.
There's no wiggling going on in here. Nothing. We don't play anything that would even attempt a wiggle. Beyonce, not in this warehouse at all. No one is wiggling to anything. But when you gave me the box back, I marked it with the T for truck because that's what it fell off of, and I put it on the T shelf, and it's not there. Anything that starts with a T or reminds me of a word that starts with a T would go on the T shelf, and this box went on that shelf, and I don't see it. I don't know where it is now. So is Stanley able to look at footage, and we can maybe figure out who's been walking around in here? Because I have been in and out of this warehouse getting cake and helping with chairs and lotions, so I haven't had a time to check the other 25 shelves.
All right, just make sure your strap-ons are tight. Stanley.
Tight.
Check the footage. I want you to make sure on this footage, I want you to see who took that box with the T on it, and I want you to make sure that Rick's is putting on his strap-ons tight on that footage. I want you to watch all of that. Report back.
Something like that.
All right, is that scene?
Hell of a scene.
I think so.
Do we think that turned out good for Mike or not?
I think so. We've advanced, and we're now on to the next step of still trying to find this thing.
On the other hand, we thought it was going to be there.
Yeah, the box that he needs is not there. I say black.
Bum, 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 bum.
Black or white people?
Going with black person.
I'm gonna go with black actually, because you guys didn't find what you were looking for.
All right. Mike gets a black die.
It's a puppy.
Nick, it is your turn. Do you choose to establish or resolve?
I'm going to establish, and I'm walking back with Stanley to his desk to watch him with the security footage because I'm curious about who's been in and out of the warehouse. Stanley, is it cool if I walk back with you to look at the footage that Michael is having you look at?
It's cool.
Awesome. Like Fonzie cool or like regular cool?
More like Richie.
Tactical.
All right. So I've been in and out of the warehouse all day. So I'm thinking from like 10 o'clock until now, which it's 2 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
So let's take a look and see what's going on in the last 4 hours and who's been in and out. Because there's a lot of people that work at this company. Although weirdly, I just happen to keep running into the same 3 or 4 of them.
Rick, I knew you could help me. Rick, can you help me?
What's up?
So I knew you'd be able to help me. So Auntie told me that I need to go do the job. So, but she told me my job is in the room with the cubes. And I know I know that you work with cubes. But and Stanley, you work with cubes too. There's boxes in your room and there's boxes in the house that we don't go near with the full moon. But I thought about it, and a cube is just a kind of a box. So I don't know which box room I need to go to. So Rick, do you know where I need to go? Or Stanley?
I think it's down the hall where all the cubicles are.
But
right
what? But aren't those boxes? You guys work with boxes.
Right, but I work with the
What
boxes
do they
you
hire
pick
you
up.
to do exactly?
I do the job.
And what is that job?
Sitting at the cubicle.
Well, can I get back to you on that? Can I send you an email?
Yeah, send me an email on that, and then we'll figure it out.
Okay, so where should I go to do that?
Billy.
Yes, Mike. Hi, Mike.
Why aren't you at the receptionist desk? Aren't you? Those phones aren't going to answer themselves. And
I know that's not my job. That's not my job, Mike.
Yeah, that's what Margaret said. I got a great person to be a receptionist, and
but I work with the
my
cubes, niece. Mike.
Yeah, it's a cubicle right over there.
There's a lot of little cubes on that desk. There's a Rubik's cube. There's
I think I'm gonna take my break now. Yeah, I'm gonna go take my break.
You've had a rough day. Are you sure you
I
don't
have
aloe vera?
I don't need no. You keep your aloe vera to yourself, Michael.
Bad burn.
Yeah, Michael.
No,
we
I don't know.
I complained on our accident reports.
Well,
here, do me a favor. After you get off your break, fill out these TPS reports.
TPS reports.
Nice one, Stanley. And then I high five Stanley.
Yep.
Okay. Do I do that with the boxes?
No, you do that.
Yes.
Okay.
That's exactly right.
And Rick said they're down the hall.
Down the hall.
So what? I'll go down the hall. Okay. I'll go do that now. Okay. Thank you, Rick. I knew you could help me.
That's not a problem. It's who I am. I'm a helper.
Nice girl, but man, her legs are going to peel.
So Stanley, looking at this footage, what do you see?
Well, here, and I show him the footage for the past 4 hours. Do you see anything else?
That's frozen.
Jump. He freezes.
I'm looking. So the whole time he's frozen, I'm looking hard, and I think it's a test. And I'm looking, and I'm looking. I don't see it, Stanley. I'm sorry. Point at it on the screen?
I'm not seeing anything over the past 4 hours. I'm talking. What I was showing was this morning. Early in the morning, but since then everything seems to be clean. But why were they here this early in the morning, changing around our?
That doesn't make sense, because I would have loaded everything yesterday, strapped it down, and then when I come in this morning, add the last addendums to the orders, and then off they go. No one would have come in here except for me.
Right, but take a look.
That's really
show
weird.
them the footage. Yeah.
That's really weird. Who's that stranger in the shadows?
I don't know, but they are hot.
It is. I don't know who Margaret associates with, but I need to start associating with them. Because that is, those. I know the footage is grainy and you can't see it too well, but the elbows on that person, they just look
hard.
Yes. That's,
Did you know what? The elbow is the hardest part of the human body.
You don't say.
That's why they strike with them in martial arts.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Timer came up.
Do they? Okay. Scene.
Sorry, I ate up a lot of that time.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
It's okay. How do we think the scene came out for Nick?
I think it actually went pretty okay for Nick.
Actually, I don't think it did, because I lost that box, or I don't know where that box is. So now there's another mystery for me. But at the same time, it's not my fault.
Yeah, you're just chilled through the whole thing, too.
I'm just...
Stanley's losing his damn mind, and you're just like, yeah, I can help you. What do you need?
We got 3 white dice left. Are we going to give Stanley one of them, or are we going to give him one of the black dice?
I'll give him a black dice because he still can't find the box.
All right. We're giving
Where is the box?
We're giving Nick the black die.
It's on a plane to Peru.
Lisa,
it's my turn.
You wish to establish a resolve?
I think I have to establish. I feel like there's nothing unresolved with me yet. I feel like we've been keeping that up.
All right.
Okay, so I'm sitting at the receptionist desk, and I'm pushing buttons on the phone, but I'm not actually picking up the phone. So the handset is on the cradle, and I'm pushing the buttons.
You hit the speakerphone somehow.
Mike?
Hello? And you hear this accent.
Hello?
This is Ricardo.
Ricardo?
Yeah, I'm from the warehouse.
You are from where?
I'm from the warehouse. I have excellent elbows. I have a box here for Marguerite.
I don't know a Marguerite.
Marguerite?
I don't think there's anyone here who works by that name.
It's not your auntie?
No, my auntie's name is Margaret.
Yes, Marguerite.
Okay, I guess maybe she changed her name. I guess you have a package for her.
Yes, I'm in the warehouse. I have a package for her.
So
box with a T on it.
It's got a T for Margaret. I see.
Yes, could you have her come down to the
no, she's not going to come down there. I could come down there. I don't have anything else to do.
Why don't you come down here and get the box for her?
Sure. And you're Ricardo.
Ricardo.
Do you know Rick? Do you know Rick? I hear Rick works with boxes.
Rick, yes.
Is he there too?
He's obsessed with the about something about strap-ons today. I don't know.
Oh, okay. So I should come now, is what you're saying.
It's better than
Do I
late.
need to get somebody to push these buttons for me? I feel like somebody should push the buttons.
I
Hello?
don't know about buttons, but somebody needs to get this box for Marguerite.
Oh, this Marguerite again. Okay. I'm coming down now. I'm coming down now. And so I get up and I walk over to the elevator, which has 2 more buttons. And so I push them both. And luckily for all of us in the timer, the down works first. And so I go down to the warehouse floor and I walk out and I find Rick. Rick! It's you again.
It's me, and I'm just sitting here on my work computer looking up about the elbow. You know, there's a thing called golfer's elbow?
There is?
Yeah. Very similar to tennis elbow, but less common.
That's interesting.
Who'd have thought, you know?
Do you play golf?
No, never. I
don't either.
I dabble a little in little golf, but not like adult people golf. No.
I don't either. It sounds kind of boring and it sounds like a lot of walking, which I can't do because some idiot spilled cappuccino all over my legs today.
I know. I heard.
It's ruining my day, Rick.
I hear you, but you know what's...
Rick, I came down to see a guy named Ricardo.
Okay.
Is that you?
That is not me.
So this guy told me that he's got a box with a T on it for somebody named Marguerite. But we don't.
Oh, you mean the box that Michael's looking for? The T box? Someone has my T box? Who told you where the T box is?
This guy Ricardo. So he called me upstairs, and when I pushed the button, he said somebody needed to come downstairs and get the box that has a T on it for Margaret. But he said somebody named Marguerite needs the box. So I came down and I found you. So do you have the box?
No, I do not. We're still looking for the box. Granted, I got distracted. I've been looking up elbow stuff for the last 45 minutes.
Okay.
And I'm getting back to looking for the box. But we get sidetracked here in the warehouse. Do you want to, let's start walking up and down the aisles and looking to see if something's out of place.
So you go that way.
I will go that way.
I'll go this way.
Perfect.
And I'll look for this guy, Ricardo. And you look for the box with the T on it.
Gotcha.
Okay. So I'm going to go. So I start walking down this dark hallway.
Right by the plastic baler, you see a man with swarthy features, a ponytail, and excellent elbows, holding a box.
Wow. You have the most defined elbows I've ever seen in my life.
Yes, it comes from many hours on the golf course.
Can I touch it? Can I touch one of your elbows?
And he thrusts an elbow out at you.
That's kind of sharp. You should be careful with that.
Can't kiss my own elbow, but if I would. I would.
So she reaches out and she touches the point of his elbow, like touching, like Sleeping Beauty touching the needle of the spinning wheel. And she's so overcome, she falls down and just passes out with the overwhelming, I can't come up with words, the overwhelming desire for this elbow. So I'm like passed out across a couple of boxes now.
All right.
Happens every time.
Place to cut.
Scene.
How do we think this turned out for Lisa?
I think it turned out great. She got a glimpse into some kind of future. It was all about her and that elbow.
She got to touch the most exquisite elbow she will ever see.
Yeah. That's a bonus right there.
It is.
So I think white die.
Oh yeah.
White die.
white dye and go to heaven, it sounds like.
Hey.
You get a white die.
Woohoo!
Aimee, it is your turn.
You guys have all set up so much stuff for me. And since you guys set it up, I'm gonna let you guys resolve it for me too. So let's resolve on my turn.
All right, create a scene for Aimee, peeps.
Oh, you're all creative before.
I feel like she needs her coffee.
I do need coffee.
And I feel like because she doesn't have her coffee, again, she's having trouble with her computer and getting the screen to come up for her presentation.
So you're looking for coffee and or technical help.
I thought Tilly was supposed to bring me coffee. Where is that girl with that coffee? In fact, where is anybody? Hello? Is there anyone working in this office?
And at your door stands Ricardo, holding a box of coffee on top of it.
Ricardo, it's you. I've been expecting you. Do you have my package?
I do have your package, but we may need to renegotiate the settlement if you want to see your niece again.
The price was so steep before, but for this company, I'll sacrifice anything. What do you want?
Oh, let us say double the price. And I also want that Stanley to come work for me.
Not Stanley. He's the best tech we've ever had.
I know, and I want him to work.
Your price is so steep.
And I also want the faux fern you have out there at reception.
I got that on sale.
This is my wife.
You can have the fern, but we're keeping Stanley. I'll fight you for Stanley.
Oh, you will fight me for Stanley.
I will fight you for Stanley.
What if I were to make him a higher offer?
A better offer? A better offer? What could be better than working for the greatest company that makes nothing that we know about or does anything? I mean, honestly, who wouldn't want to work for that company?
Oh, Stanley will come work for me.
Oh, he will not. He will not. I'll tell him who you really are. He'll know, and then he'll never leave. Never, I tell you, never.
Oh, he will come work for me.
No, you think your elbows will draw him away? Oh no, I have
My
something
elbows
so
are
much better.
irresistible.
Yes, but are they
Stanley will
more
not be able to
irresistible than my
resist
exquisite ankles? No, nobody can resist my ankles. My ankles have launched ships, started wars. I will keep Stanley. Oh, mark my words, I will keep him.
We shall see. Now give me the payment for the box. If you want
I'm good. Reach into my desk and pull out what looks like it could be an envelope, but it's really weirdly shaped. Like it's got like grid bumps and like there's something stuck in an envelope that shouldn't have been stuck in an envelope. And I'll hand it over. There's your payment, and that's all, and no more.
Looks inside. Yes, that is double.
Now go before we're caught. And take your gorgeous elbows with you.
Do you not even
Wait. One last look. Can I touch it? Oh, I mustn't. Go, just go.
Do you not even know where your niece is?
She's looking in the box with the buttons. She'll be fine.
She's in the warehouse, in the baler. I would run quickly if I were you.
I don't run.
Starts.
Oh. And I start running towards the warehouse. That can call scene right there.
Aimee, since you resolved, do you want a white or a black die?
I'm going to take a black die because black dies are fun.
Aimee gets a black die.
Yes.
It is your turn. Does Stanley choose to establish a resolve?
I think I will resolve.
So what do y'all think Stanley's, what do y'all think is going to happen to Stanley?
Well, I would start with him scrubbing the servers with a toothbrush, trying to get the cappuccino and the foam off, cursing.
And then he gets fed up and decides to just confront Margaret. Like, look, I've seen this footage. I know what you're doing. Spill it. And then she's like, what, are you going to blackmail me? And you can be like, yeah, for some new computers. Something like that. You confront Margaret, though. I don't want to write the whole thing. You confront Margaret, though.
We'll make it up as we go. Don't worry.
So he's scrubbing the servers. This is bullshit.
And then
Why am I scrubbing these things? I'm server maintenance. I'm not maintenance for servers.
all of a sudden you
That's
see
it.
you see standing next to you,
Oh no.
the man with the most exquisite elbows in the world. Irresistible elbows. You are
Here.
standing.
Yeah.
I have a proposition for you.
I'm sure you do. He starts backing up, looking around for anything that could possibly he starts backing up looking for anything he could possibly use as a weapon.
You find a red stapler.
Okay. I grab that and pull it open, hoping it's a swing line.
You misunderstand me, Stanley. I have a job offer for you.
Oh, I know about your kind of job offers. I've heard about those. I know what's in that box.
What box?
I've heard about the business you've gotten into.
Envelope. With money that more than doubles your pay.
That's
With
not
travel
money.
bonuses to Miami.
Yeah, but I know what for.
Soft pretzels every Friday.
Well, how long has it been? 10 years?
Years.
It was a decade, right? Since the operation.
The elbow enhancement, yes. The scars have almost completely gone away.
Yeah, and we know where you got those elbows from, don't we?
It was a transplant from anonymous donors.
They weren't anonymous. You knew exactly where you were getting those elbows from.
Yes, they were black market elbows, but that doesn't matter.
We both tried to outrun our past, haven't we?
No, we can't. But we can look towards the future. Look in this envelope. See the offer I have for you, Stan.
Stanley slowly comes forward, says, I'm going to get Margaret in on this first. And then he immediately starts stapling, trying to eject the staples right at your eyes.
But he instinctively raises his arm and it hits his elbow. No, not my elbows. They are marked.
He runs past him through the door to the server room, running down the hall, yelling, Margaret! You betrayed us all! And scene.
Scott, do you want a white or a black die?
I think black on that one. Can't be good that some guy's coming for me looking for my elbows.
Scott gets a black die. Well, it is our final go round. Mike, do you wish to establish a resolve?
I will resolve.
Mike chooses to resolve. Make up a scene for Mike, kids.
Michael makes his way to the warehouse to get Rick about the box when he hears screaming from the baler.
What the heck's going on in there? Michael walks over to the baler. Oh, yeah, I've seen one of these before. Is somebody in there?
Mike! Mike? Is that you, Mike?
Tilly?
Get me out of here, please.
What are you doing in there?
Well, I think I touched an elbow and fell over.
You sure it was an elbow?
No, I'm not. I'm not really sure of anything. And I didn't get to have my coffee, Mike. It's been a day.
Rick comes walking over from that way. Hey, I still haven't found a box. Oh, hey, Michael, what are you doing
Rick,
in the baler?
I fell.
Yeah, Tilly's in the baler. Why'd you put her in the baler, Rick?
I didn't put her in the baler. I went that way.
Rick
Let me get
went
the keys.
other way.
Let me get the keys and I'll open up the baler.
It's not Rick's elbows.
And then I come back with the keys. Whose elbows? What's going on? Open up the door. Tilly comes walking out.
And I run in. It was Ricardo's elbows. They're irresistible. And the box. This is the box.
What?
It's got a T on it.
You took it?
No. Well, yes. But I had a really good reason. I had a very good reason.
It's because it was for you. Because T is for Margaret.
Right. But it wasn't, no, wait. Yeah, wait, no. Yeah, wait. What? Yeah,
No, I put the T on there.
Yes, but
You put the box on the truck?
Yeah, well, no, it wasn't supposed to go on the truck. I did put it on the truck, but that's because I was just putting it down. Well, and then I forgot about the box. But it wasn't, that's not important. That's not important.
But that's the box that fell off and hit the cappuccino and knocked over Tilly. So it's your fault she got burned.
It was, but it wasn't. I didn't mean to. It was actually meant to go somewhere else completely, and then just
Auntie, you burned my legs?
How could you do that?
Sweetheart.
What we
It was
need
an
here,
accident. You
is
weren't
some
meant to
conflict
be hit by the
resolution.
box.
I'm going to
The
go get
box
the
was-
binder so that we can resolve this conflict between Tilly and Margaret. Margaret, you burned Tilly.
How
Tilly's
could
very
you?
angry about that. So
But
we need
Auntie,
what's called a win-win scenario here.
The box wasn't meant for you, Tilly. It was meant for Stanley. I mean, not to burn him. Like the whole box was meant for Stanley.
Who's Stanley?
Then why didn't you just put an S on it? I had a blank box, so I put a T on it because it came off the truck. And now it's for Stanley. That box should have had an S on it.
Yeah, it should have been.
Right.
Yes.
That is a good idea. I should have put an S on it.
But there's a
Live and learn.
T in Stanley.
S like Stanley.
Must have been the second
Yeah.
version.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Good conflict resolution, people. Go
Yeah.
team. I am very happy with the outcome here. Now I think that Tilly and Marguerite should shake hands. Marguerite should apologize. Tilly should accept the apology.
Well, she's my auntie. I have to.
Oh, sweetie, you know I love you.
I do. You always do such good things for me, auntie.
Well, because you're my niece.
Yes.
I'm going to give her a big hug. And we love having you here.
I
Thank
love having
you,
compliments
Auntie.
doled out on me too. I mean, Rick does stuff in the warehouse. Can Rick get a compliment?
Well, Rick, it wasn't your day yet, though. Your day doesn't come until October 3rd. Remember?
Yeah, but I still like compliments. I just feel like if we're giving out compliments to people,
Rick
it
helped
doesn't
me
cost
today.
anything to be nice. That's what I'm getting at.
Rick
It
helped
doesn't-
me
It's a
today, so I
wonderful
think
job,
Rick gets a compliment for helping me today.
Good job.
But Rick
tightening
really
up
could have
those
told me about that
strap-ons
test
so that
thing
Tilly doesn't
way
get hurt
sooner,
again.
though.
I
That
like
test
this.
thing would have made a huge difference. I'll
I like
remember
hearing.
that.
I like hearing 3 people compliment me at once. It's the ultimate. This has been the King Ghidorah of compliments, and I've never been happier working at this company. Thank you
Of all the best, of all the sweaty, smelly warehouse guys, you're the best. Come here, give me a hug, Rick.
Hey.
That was beautiful.
And scene.
Mike, do you want a white die or a black die for that scene?
Who the hell knows?
Just so we know, just so everybody's aware, we have 1 white die left. And 3
Black die are more fun.
The final die, Scott's die in Act 2 will be wild. It could be black or white.
Yeah.
Scott is the last. But just so we're aware, we only do have 1 white die left. Nick, it is your turn.
Dan?
Yeah?
Oh, I'm just confused. Was that a white die that we just gave out then?
We just gave, yeah, Mike took a white die.
Okay, I'm
Helped
sorry. I didn't hear
himself.
that. Okay, fair enough.
Okay. Nick, it is your turn. Do you choose to establish a resolve?
I guess resolve, because I don't know. I genuinely can't think of any like loose ends for my person.
I want to know who wrote the note. Or who corrected the note. The passive-aggressive note.
Oh, okay. Then I'll do an establish.
All right, Nick, go for it.
So, mini flashback. As I'm hugging Mike and he's complimenting me, I'm flashing back to much earlier in the day to when I first get into the office. Oh, God, another shit day. This is going to be great. Boop. Coming to the door, walking through, walk past the printer. Oh, what's this? Oh, Michael wrote some notes for his meeting today. Ooh, boy, this is not looking great. This is terrible, huh?
A warehouse with an H in the where.
That's yikes. You know what? I'm going to help him out. So I take the letter and I go into my computer and I start YouTubing random videos until an ad for Grammarly pops up. Aha! Got it. Pull up Grammarly. Fix it. Ah, that's what it is. Out of markers. I go up to the office where Stanley normally is. Hey, Stanley? Stanley, you here yet, man? I don't think Stanley's here yet. You know what? I walk into Stanley's office, take a marker, go back to my office, start making a bunch of notes, return the paper to Michael's office, but I don't give the marker back to Stanley's office. Then I make my way down and I start loading up the truck. And then I walk away. Scene.
Beautiful.
Nice little oneer.
Do we think, what do we think for Nick there? White die or black die?
Don't we only have black die left?
I think
We only
there's
have
one white.
yeah,
we have one white.
We have 1 white die, and we can give it to Nick. And it would make sense if we gave it to Nick.
I actually am okay with giving it to Nick.
Yeah, he earned it.
I think he earned it. That was a perfect scene.
Thank you.
All right.
You're welcome.
That means that Lisa and Aimee at the very are both getting black dice.
Bring it.
Yes. Black die are the best.
Lisa, it is your turn. Establish or resolve.
I am going to establish. I am sitting back at the receptionist desk, and now I'm pushing buttons on the keyboard to the computer.
Which is not on.
Which is not on. And somebody walks by and asks me what I'm doing. So somebody needs to walk by.
Hey, Tilly, I'm looking up this stuff on elbows. Did you know that the synovial membrane of the elbow joint is very extensive?
The Safe Light Michelin, what?
The synovial membrane.
What is that?
I don't know. I haven't gotten to that
the
page yet.
powerhouse of the cell?
No, I think you're thinking of ribonucleosis. Or is it riboflavin?
I thought those were ribbed for her pleasure.
No, those are the riboflavin.
That's not the powder I put in my protein shake?
No, that's sugar.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the powdered sugar. For some reason, we ordered powdered sugar this month instead of granulated for the coffee. So it's been like silky, but weird at the same time.
It has been weird. You're right.
Right? Speaking of weird, what you doing on your computer?
So I'm trying to DoorDash a Starbucks.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't find the Starbucks website because I don't know. I think I'm not spelling it right.
How are you spelling it?
Ricardo walks up to the reception desk, holding his elbow, blood coming out of his hands.
Get away with that elbow!
You're bleeding. Let me go get some napkins.
Yes, please, do you have first aid kit? I need the Band-Aid.
I'm going to get napkins. I'm not old enough to open up the first aid kit.
Stupid Stanley stapled my arm!
But you don't want the first aid because the EMTs, they're not hot.
I just need this first aid kit. I need the how you call the Band-Aid and the Bactine. Stupid Stanley.
I come back with a box of Kleenex. I got Kleenex. I couldn't find napkins, so
that'll work, right? Right?
They absorb.
You're getting that stuff all over my desk.
This one has lotion in it.
Lotion? I already slipped on some aloe vera earlier. It's all over the place.
That was supposed to be for me.
You know what's funny? The box says Kleenex because that's the name of the company, right? But it's facial tissue. But everybody calls it Kleenex anymore. Nobody ever says, "Hey, can I get a facial tissue?"
Well, yeah, Rick, that's what's called an eponym. Don't you know that?
No, I'm too busy reading about the synovial membrane in my phone.
No, don't confuse me with that again.
Which is very extensive.
Here, give this to Stanley when you see him, and he puts a USB drive down on the desk, and he turns to walk away. It's this stupid office.
What do you do with this? Where do you stick this?
Oh, you plug it into the computer. You know who knows? We should go see Stanley because Stanley's been helping me with computer stuff and drives. We should go see him.
That's a good idea. That's a good idea. Where does he work?
He's down the hall.
Oh, okay. So we'll go find him?
Yes, we will.
Okay, but what about my coffee?
Oh, that's a good point. That's a really good point.
And so my black dye is, I don't know where the hell my scene is. My coffee is. But damn it, I don't know. I sure as fuck know what an eponym is. Every now and then those monkeys pound out Hamlet, darn it.
That's actually perfect. It should be that the only word you would actually get right would be a fairly obscure piece of grammar.
Is that safe, Lisa?
Yes.
Lisa gets a black dye.
I got a black dye because I'm still looking for coffee.
Aimee, it is your turn.
I am actually I'm going to actually establish we're going to keep Nick and Tilly, Lisa, and
I've got my flash drive.
Yeah, we'll be meeting in Stanley's office because we're going to start to get to a reveal point. And
so
then
you're already there, or?
I'm going to meet you guys there, so you guys can already be there. I will meet you there, and then Mike, if you want to come in near anytime, pretty much almost anytime you want, after we've established with Scott. With Stanley, okay?
Okay.
So if you guys want to just be chit-chatting with Stanley.
So, hey. Stanley. Go ahead.
Yes.
No, I was just saying, hey, Stanley, Tilly's got something.
I got this thing.
Tilly can wait for a second because I've got a problem of my own.
Oh, no, man. What's going on?
Stanley.
You know what? Let's help you out. You've been helping a lot of people today.
Let me show you. What are these?
You got two Sharpies.
Those are markers.
Right. Now, what are these?
Those
also
are
markers.
Also markers.
And how about these?
Is this a trick question?
Also markers. We're nailing this right now, Tilly.
Markers.
Don't even question it. We're nailing it.
Yes.
Okay.
Do you know notice anything different about this?
Yeah, it's red. The other ones were black and blue.
Yeah.
And
There's only one of them.
There's
only one.
Where did
hey,
you go
Margaret.
from,
You know why this
Auntie?
troubles me? Because my markers always come in sets
Great,
of
we're all
two.
here.
Somebody
Great.
took one of my
Oh.
markers. It was here last night.
Are you
Then
sure
I
you're
got
not
the
using it
solution to
like
your
in
problem.
another part of
That
the room?
means somebody was in my area using my marker, and
Stanley,
they took it.
I walk in,
Michael.
holding a cup of coffee, sipping on it. Say, hey, Stanley, what happened to your other red marker?
Michael, oh, perfect timing.
I would
It's
like
now
to
time
know.
for me to show you all what was in the box.
Oh.
I bet you the red marker's in the
It's
Come
box.
on, let's all look at
No,
Margaret's
no.
box.
Brad
The
Pitt's
T, the
wife's
box
head.
marked with the T. Stanley, do us the honors. Open the box.
Stanley,
I saw a movie the other day.
Stanley.
Stanley.
Well, now I'm definitely not doing it.
Come on,
I'll
man.
open
It's
the box.
fun. We'll find out what's
Yeah.
in there.
I'm hiding behind
I
Rick.
watched a movie the other day. Somebody opened the box, and then there was somebody's head in it.
I saw that movie
yikes.
too.
Not
And
someone's
then I had watched another movie, and somebody opened the box, and a hand shot out with dead flowers in it.
Open up the
That was
box.
Batman, I
Open.
think.
I'm going to
I
open
saw
up the
that
box.
movie
Oh,
too.
The box
Where
is
somebody
open. I'm
opened the
opening the
box
box.
and it
Box is
exploded.
now open.
I didn't see that.
And then I watched a YouTube video,
And there's-
and it shot glitter all over somebody, and it shot out fart spray.
The
Is this
box
a
is
glitter
now
bomb?
open. Stanley,
Margaret, did you get him a
Stanley,
glitter bomb?
Look at the box.
There are 2 T's in glitter. So that
And-
can't be this box because there's only 1 T on it.
Oh, flip it to the other side on the piece of paper.
I like the logic, Tilly.
I'm going to
See?
stay hiding
Why
But
would
behind
that's
you
you.
open
just
it?
what
Okay.
you wanted, Stanley. Your own assistant. You know,
I
you were
never asked for an
complaining,
assistant.
remember? That you got no respect and nobody ever treated you well and you were overworked and nobody ever listened to you. Well, I got you someone to help you so that you didn't have to do all the work yourself. So you could be the
The only
boss.
one I wanted was somebody special to respect me. I want Michael to respect me.
I got you that person.
Respects you.
Did she put a person in a box?
It was not that heavy.
Just the paper with their name. I hired somebody to help Stanley because he's so overworked. I told you your turn's in October.
I don't get it.
That means I'm going to get a box with a piece of paper in it in October.
Yes, you guys have all been doing such a good job. We were able to
Me.
expand our company of making nothing and doing nothing that we can, hire more people
Wait, I
now.
thought we were making widgets here. What do you mean nothing?
I don't do nothing. I push the buttons.
I do a
Seriously,
lot
honey.
of nothing. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah,
It's a lot of time looking up elbow stuff.
So should we open the box
A
and
lot.
see who the assistant is?
Oh, yeah. Well, open the box. See who the assistant is.
No, thank you.
Oh, Stanley,
I'll open the box.
I thought you'd want an assistant. I
I-
No,
wanted
thank
to give you some
I
respect.
think Mike wants the
That time
box.
somebody tried to help me, ended up with the server on fire and cappuccino spilled all over it.
I open up the box and it's like, let's see who the assistant is, and a bat flies out and starts flying.
Oh, jeez.
Oh,
Yes.
That wasn't supposed to happen.
Where did that come from?
That's what I want to know.
Box? Are you sure this is the box with the T on it? That's a T. I don't think this is our box. Ricardo. He switched
Then they-
boxes on me. I
He
know.
was
Ricardo.
looking for a Band-Aid earlier.
I gave him.
That's it,
tissue
everyone.
paper
It's
for your
Ricardo.
face.
He's been trying to steal employees, so I thought turnaround would be fair play and steal one of his employees. That's why he's so angry.
Oh. So who's
The
Ricardo?
bat
I don't
works
think I've
for
met
Ricardo?
this guy.
I don't know. Maybe. No, I think it was just a slight. He knows I hate bats.
And the
They
bat
know
like
what they
flies out.
did.
I think
They
it's
know
time
what
for my
they
break.
did. And I'm going to call scene right here.
That's
then.
it.
Well, that was
That's
unexpected.
it. We're done with this.
So
Bring the bat and the box. Everybody to the warehouse. Except you. We're going to your office. Michael, we're going to your office and we're going to grab some pudding cups.
This is the last scene now, right?
And a stapler.
Stapler.
And my
Yes.
axe.
I will have Tilly at reception order you another stapler.
All
Look,
right.
need it now. Ordering it isn't going to do me any
Is that
good,
scene?
Michael.
Scene.
Yes.
All right. Aimee gets a black die.
I do. And a back.
It is the final scene, and the final die is wild.
And now the thrilling conclusion of.
And now the thrilling conclusion of Business Casual. Scott, do you wish to establish up to it all?
I will establish.
Thank God, because
So-
I'm tired of coming up with scenes for you people.
Lazy.
So we all start heading down to the warehouse, down the stairs. And like over it, you hear like the theme from like The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly playing. The
Is somebody's phone ringing?
That's me. I'm sorry.
Damn it, Rick.
I know. Oh, it's my reminder. Please give oh my God, Stanley, I have your marker, your red marker. I borrowed it this morning. Let me go grab it and I'll give it back to you. Good thing we have these phones with these reminders, huh?
Yes, good thing.
Wait a second.
So
Red marker.
we head downstairs, and after everybody clears it, I say, Michael, hand me the pudding.
Reaches in my pocket, puts a pudding cup in your hand.
That's been in your pocket this whole
I
time?
also pull out the
Gross.
pudding
It's your
cups,
pudding.
open them up, and spread them neatly by the bottom of the stairs now that everybody's downstairs. And then go over to the intercom. Ricardo! We know you're here. Come meet us man to man with your beautiful elbows. If you can. So everybody can know the truth.
Well, of course
About your
he
elbows.
can. His legs didn't have cappuccino spilled on them this morning.
And now we wait.
So
And
for
wait.
what?
Ricardo.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Waiting stocks. Let's play Hungry Hungry Hippos instead.
Ooh, I like that game.
Did anybody bring a copy?
No.
Ricardo
Once
walks
again,
Ricardo? Still
boil.
waiting.
Ricardo walks into the warehouse with a satchel over his shoulder.
Come on down, Ricardo.
Who's this guy? Have I not met this Ricardo guy? Has everyone met Ricardo here but me?
Ricardo.
He walks in with a satchel over his shoulder. He
That's
reaches
the guy that got me.
reaches into it.
Don't make any sudden moves, Ricardo. We're all watching you.
Yeah.
He pulls out a
you.
snowball and he throws it at Stanley's face.
Oh,
It's
he
a
got
little
you good.
Where the hell did you get snowballs from?
That's what I'm
He
trying to
starts
figure out.
throwing them at everybody in the room.
Hey!
Michael
Stop
pulls his
it.
jacket over and saying,
It's not our fault. He pulled a man scramble on us.
he's like, God, there's pebbles in this one.
Ricardo,
Ricardo.
ceasefire with those snowballs, or else I'll tell everybody your horrible secret.
Oh,
I don't care
Love
who you
secrets.
tell. It's Snowball.
I want to know a secret.
He pegs you with
I
another one.
like secrets.
I want to know
That's
what
it.
the horrible secret is.
Don't you understand about his elbows? Years ago, he was in a horrible cappuccino accident, and his elbows got burnt off. That's why they had to be replaced. This is his revenge. This
Those
is
are
his
his
revenge.
elbows?
Fake
Those
elbow.
are
I knew those couldn't be real.
Do you mean I get new legs?
Yeah, is Tilly gonna get new legs? Like a
Oh,
Tilly Achille kind of
He
thing?
still walk. It wasn't. It didn't
Get
go
new
quite as he had
legs.
planned.
It's like winning a game show.
She gets
Why
new
don't you
legs.
tell Ricardo
Oh,
what was
pick
in
out
the
good
box?
ones, darling.
In that box that fell off. Why don't you tell him what was in the box, Ricardo?
Yeah, Ricardo.
Yeah, Ricardo.
Are those my legs, Ricardo?
Is it her legs?
Oh, in the box was my job offer for Stanley. I
Well,
was
that's not for me.
salary.
Yeah, that's not
and
legs.
give him company car and 2 weeks in Miami at condo overlooking ocean.
But he
no,
didn't tell you why he wants to hire me. It's so he can take my gorgeous elbows because his are wearing out.
Stanley, I've never seen your elbows before. You always wear long sleeves.
Yeah, I mean, do you have nice elbows?
Take your
Right.
shirt off, Stanley.
Well, I could do better than Stanley's. Let's be real.
I mean,
Oh, you could once upon a time, but that's all being covered up by makeup now, isn't it? Isn't it?
this is getting intense.
Oof,
Yeah.
this is, my goodness.
So, Stanley, are you leaving us?
No,
Holy
we're going to
shit.
put an end to this and his
Okay.
There we
elbows.
are. Let's kill him.
How?
All right. Nobody
I haven't
steals
gotten
any of
that
my
far.
employees. Ricardo, I think your business here is concluded. You've thrown your snowballs, you unleashed your bats, and tried to steal my employee. I think you should leave, or I'm going to call the security guy down at the front desk.
Do we have a security
You know
guard?
what, Ricardo? We have lawyers.
Stanley was the
We can
security guard.
sue.
Yeah, Stanley's right. We could sue.
That's
Yeah.
Well, maybe
Who's
call Hank.
Sue?
I don't know.
Too
I
many
don't-
people.
I know, like,
don't
4
maybe
people
understand.
at this
Sue's
company,
the
maybe.
security guard.
Yeah, he is the security guard for the building. You know, we only rent the floor in the warehouse, right?
Don't make me call the police and get a restraining order against you, Ricardo.
Yeah, don't call the police.
Yeah.
So what you gonna do, Ricardo?
Yeah, Ricardo.
I go, but this is not over. I will have Stanley, I will have new elbows, and you will all be eating more snowballs before this is all over.
That doesn't sound like the worst thing.
I mean, I'm.
The snowballs will have gravel in them.
Oh
We
yeah,
still
then
get
that's
new
not good.
legs, so
Yeah,
I
I
call it a
mean,
win.
Where did you get those snowballs, anyhow?
Yeah.
don't they sell them with the Twinkies?
I just blinked.
Yeah.
Billy, who's answering the phones?
Oh, it's okay. We put it on the button with the answer call.
Mm-hmm. I don't like to talk to people.
And you, Margaret, how could you have let Ricardo in? How
He
could you have
lied
been
to
in
me.
league with him, Mrs. Carlson?
He lied to me. He said he was someone else, and I believed him. I
Man,
couldn't
this is
keep had those
crazy.
beautiful elbows. I didn't know.
There's so many.
It was all
things
supposed to be
happening.
for you, Stanley. It was all supposed to be for you.
Man, this is like some John and Marlena shit off
Does
the Days
she
of Our
have-
Lives.
All right, we have a business to run
Is John
here.
Patch, or is that somebody else?
Michael, I think we should have off for the rest of the week.
I
Because
think
this
so,
has been a
too.
lot for everybody to
I'm
kind of
tired.
handle.
We did do a lot of work.
Tell you what, Tilly, fax this marked up note to corporate, and then you can go.
Okay.
Get on the phone, blacklist Ricardo so he can never work in this town again. Stanley, get the internet up and running. Rick, do
Of course,
whatever it
Michael.
is you do down here for the next 20 minutes, and then we can go.
Elbow stuff on Google. You got it.
Okay.
Make
Okay,
sure you
Mike, I'll
email
do
that
it.
to me.
She goes running off.
I continue to stay where I am.
It's good to be boss.
And scene,
Sing.
Scott. We give Scott a white die or a black die.
He gets to choose, doesn't he?
Yeah.
No, because he established.
I established.
Oh, okay. Sweetie, I forgot. I'm sorry. My bad.
What does he have already?
I say he gets a black one because he didn't get away from us idiots.
Yeah.
He's still stuck with us.
Yeah,
He's still stuck with us.
He had the chance and didn't take it.
Yeah.
Black die
You
for
could have had
Scott.
2 weeks in Miami.
Yeah, but no elbows.
Elbows are useless. Nobody
I
needs
say
it.
that this one certainly took a turn for the weird in the second half.
It happens.
But we tied it up nice and neat. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
We tied it up so nice and neat. I almost hate doing an aftermath, but
I don't know that we need an aftermath. I figure like this is good.
I think we
want to
do.
skip the aftermath.
Aftermath.
All right.
Let's do the
Rick
aftermath.
Rehak needs an aftermath.
And because Nick demanded it. It is the aftermath.
We do what Rick wants.
You do what Rick. We do what whatever Rehak wants. Rehak gets.
Oh,
Yes.
come on. Don't.
All right.
Hey.
So,
Don't make it about me, guys. It's team.
what happens in the aftermath is each player rolls their white dice and their black dice. Do the same thing as we did with the tilt. Note which number is higher and then subtract the lower from the higher, and this will determine your fate. So
So
Mike.
this is kind of like the montage at the end of the 80s movie where it's like Margaret went on to become the
Yeah.
VP at the regional office.
Yes.
basically,
Yep.
yeah.
So when he says our character name, we should, whatever action we're doing, just freeze during it, because that's what would happen, right?
Yes, totally.
All right.
Rick
So
falls backwards out of his chair as he's Googling elbows.
elbows up.
Yes, elbows up.
Or just creepily hunched over somewhere, like, no.
Oh. Well, maybe you wrote a best-selling book all about elbows.
It's true. I could have become
All
an
right.
elbowologist.
An
So-
elbow, exactly.
All right. So Mike has 2 black and 2 white. I'm gonna roll for Mike.
My goodness, Mike's doing well.
Mike
Cleaned up.
has 5. Sorry about that, Mike. Mike has 7. Mike has 8 white and 7 black. Nick, you have 3 white and 1 black. So let's see what we come up with for you. Oh wow. Nick has I can math. 15 white and 4 black.
It's 11, just like the first half.
Lisa, do you need me to roll for you?
I have no idea how many dice I have.
You have 2 black and 1 white.
All right, so 2 black and 1 white. Okay. No, I can roll.
Okay.
Should I have one less?
Because Scott has 5.
So it's 10 black, 1 white.
10 black, 1 white.
So whatever you do with that.
Aimee, you have 2 black and 2 white. You need me to roll for you?
No, I have to roll the white though. 6. Okay, I got a black 6, a black 1, and a white 5, and a white 1.
What are your totals for black and white?
7 and 6.
7 and 6.
Black 7 and white 6?
Correct.
Correct.
So she got 1 black.
All right. And Scott, you have 3 black and 2 white.
Right. Mine totaled out to 4 white.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to share my screen again. And we are going to read your aftermaths.
That's great.
The soft
Somebody who has good eyes, you can see that.
All right. So, Mike, you rolled white 6. Sad, woeful, not cool. People don't like you. Even you don't like you.
Oh,
You reached your peak, and it wasn't all that lofty, was it?
Good gracious.
sorry, Mike.
Sorry, Mike. Nick,
Yes.
you rolled white 11. Astonishing. You are transformed by luck, grace, and your own innate coolness. If there's romance afoot, you are sealing the deal. If there's something you wanted, you are totally going to get it.
So perfect.
Getting them elbows, baby.
The elbows.
You
Lisa,
know.
you are black 9. Sort of cool. Unexpected, sure, but in the end, you're doing okay.
Nothing too badly broken, maybe some interesting prospects, lessons learned, and a good friend or two to keep you on the right track. Aimee, you rolled black 1, mystical. The amount of failure this represents is a thing of legend, something that occurs once a decade, maybe. Something discussed in hushed tones at gatherings. The best part is that you are to blame for all of it. Every crumb of the fiery layer cake that is your self-destruction.
I try.
Fitting.
Scott.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
Scott rolled white 4. Wretched. Sure, you fail, but everybody's fails. You fail like a complete tool, and it's pitiful.
Oh,
Jeez, that's so mean.
and Stanley just tried to deal with all the idiocy around him.
And that concludes our fiasco, except for, of course, the denouement. What we're going to do is we're going to go around the table and we're going to make a series of short statements about our character, about your character, and how they respond. We're going to go around once for each die you have. So just make a quick statement that starts with "this is," just like a quick sentence or two. So Mike.
This is Michael realizing that his girlfriend has run up all his credit cards and he has no money left. So he walks out of his office and announces to everybody else at the cubicles, "I declare bankruptcy!"
Nick.
This is Rick Rehak. I can't come to the phone right now. So if you leave your name, number, and a brief message, I'll be sure to get back to you. Thanks.
Lisa.
This is Tilly Belagamba trying to get into Bloomingdale's to get some new pants because these from last season are just unacceptable.
Aimee.
This is Margaret. I finally am going to use my skills the way they should be and go into corporate, what's the word I'm looking for? I had it before.
Management?
No.
Espionage?
No, it's when you
Bounty
destroy
hunter.
something. Yes, corporate bounty hunter.
Corporate terrorism.
Corporate terrorism.
There
And
you
use
go.
my skills for good and bad.
Scott.
This is Stanley walking into his home after this long day at work, only to find that the door is open and his house has been ransacked.
No, Stanley.
Mike.
This is Michael Scarn walking to the rail yard and getting on a cargo train so he can ride the rails.
Nick.
This is Rick Rehak. I didn't like that particular voicemail and how it sounded. Maybe I should Google like a funny haha voicemail template. Yeah.
Lisa.
I have this one and then one more, right?
Yeah.
Okay. This is Tilly wandering into a Tim Hortons and discovering a whole new world of coffee.
Aimee.
Like that one. This is Margaret. After a long, successful career in corporate sabotage, that's the word I was looking for, decided to retire and, go to the seaside and become a clam digger.
Scott.
This is Stanley going to his safe and realizing the safe also has been broken into. He pulls out a white manila envelope that had medical records in it, and they're all gone.
Mike.
This is Michael Scarn, having gotten off the train in Florida and has walked over to the beach to shave in the ocean water because he doesn't have a place to live.
Nick.
Hi, this is Rick Rehak. I'm either on a call or away from my desk. Please leave your name, number, and a brief message, and I'll get back to you. Thank you.
Lisa.
This is Tilly Villagamba walking into her new office as CEO of a new advertising firm called Eponym.
This is Margaret, coming across Michael on the seashore while digging for clams. Takes him home, gives him a place to live, cleans him up.
Scott.
This is Stanley. He pulled out a newspaper clipping that has been left in the safe about a man who had had his elbows burnt off by a hot cup of cappuccino that got spilled on them at a McDonald's about 10 years ago. And how he would have skin grafts and later elbow replacement.
Mike, last one.
This is Michael Scarn at the premiere of the movie he has created, Zero Dark Midnight. Walking on the red carpet ominously is Ricardo.
Nick, last one.
Hi, yeah, operator. Yeah, this is Rick Rehak. So when I called, there was an option for hand stuff. And it was fine and all, but it was like phalanges and like the webbings and stuff. And I'm more focused on like the elbow part of the hand. I mean, I know it's not like part of the hand, but it's connected by the arm. But do you have anybody with like a sultry voice that talks about the synovial membrane at all? Because that's really what I'm looking for. Like, it's $2 a minute for this call. I understand that. I'm not trying to waste your time. I want to get to what I want to get to, and then get back to work because I have 10 minutes left on lunch.
I am.
Aimee.
This is Margaret at the premiere of Michael's movie that she helped co-write. That's it. Well, I'm just watching the premiere.
And Scott gets 2. And that's it.
This is Stanley walking over to his bed. He calmly goes under his bed, feels under it, pulls out a gun and an FBI badge. Holsters the gun, takes the badge, walks out of the room. This is Stanley walking into his living room, holding a chocolate pudding cup and eating it, along with a nice cup of coffee, nice cappuccino. He sits down on his couch, puts the coffee down next to his DVD copy of Camp Blood, leans back, looks at his badge, looks at the newspaper clipping, and then says, well, time to get to work.
And that is our fiasco. I'd like to thank everybody who played tonight. I'd like to thank, I'm going to go in counterclockwise direction on my screen here. I'd like to thank Mike, Lisa, Aimee, Scott, Nick, and for playing. And I would like to thank Jason for hosting and running the live stream. And I'd like to thank everybody who watched.
Thank you for putting it together, Lackey.
Yeah, Lackey.
And running the game. You did a great job.
Everybody did an amazing job. You all were fantastic.
Thank you so much for the opportunity.
This was
really
superlative.
fun.
Yes, thank you so much.
This was a joy to all 5 of you. Were
Exactly. Yes.
All I did was add Steve Carell impression.
Oh, whatever the hell accent you were going for the comment.
Montafonish, right?
Urban or rock.
Yeah, a little bit of column baby.
It was rich Corinthian leather. Right?
No, this was amazing. You guys were amazing. You guys did a wonderful job. You're gonna watch back.
I just want to know. I just want to know one thing. How did one comment about elbows turn into the whole story?
Like, I'm just gonna go with it.
You clearly have not watched enough improv or gamed or anything ever. If you don't know how, like, people will seize on one thing and write it.
Oh yeah,
write
they
that
just
words
go.
as hard as
Yeah.
Plus, Scott, you gotta admit, they were pretty damn sexy.
They're astonishing.
They were the best elbows ever.
elbows, I would.
and I just
Not that flexible.
Man.
yeah. I mean, I just have to say, and I don't want to brag, Nick, but $2 a minute.
It's 11 o'clock now. Jeez.
Yeah.
You're here for 3 hours now. You know how much money that is? Karen, that was what we had.
Oh god.
Oh my goodness.
All right. Well, since it is 11 o'clock, we should probably get going. Everybody out there, thank you so much for watching, for stopping by. If you're watching this on YouTube, come on by to twitch.tv/rabbitholepods. We do this often. Everybody have a wonderful evening, and we'll see you later. Boy.
Thanks so much, Jason.